is the nicest of all of the evil fairies.
That's right. He's going to set your neck. The other ones are going to take care of this.
That sounds accurate. Oh, geez. Running around naked at work. Awesome. That's great. Where's Kris?
See, that would be the whole... oh, goodness, I lost... Yeah, old age, not good for... Not a pleasant little thing, boys and girls. Stay away from it.
It's hell to get old. Don't do it. That's what the old man used to say.
That's right. If you don't have to, don't.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Didn't you fill that thing up last week?
Yeah, the fun thing about most of those torches are when they get cold, they don't work very well. So you have to heat up the unit. So bring out the torch, the real torch.
Oh, okay. What's going on? Come on, computer, you can do it. We'll get started in just a second. Oh, what's today's cigar? Stall for me. There you go.
This is the Oliva V, which is a higher line in the Oliva lines. The V is a good medium-bodied cigar, very consistent, and it's available in every size. And Oliva has a nice grouping. They have a number of different lines, all broken out by letters. And they are what I would consider to be a premium blend, but they are a premium blend that is accessible. So they have cigars that run the gambit as far as costing, and they do a wonderful job of providing a good quality product. That's why I tell people things like Olivas and many of the big names are nice because they are consistent, so you can feel comfortable in walking into a smoke shop or hopefully a cigar lounge and finding something that you can feel confident.
I mean, that's good, too. When you can get a high-end cigar for just an average price, you've already won. I mean, because the whole point of tobacco is for energy and aid in digestion, relaxation, and all the other lies we tell us ourselves about how bad and good it is at the same time.
The problem with the cigar industry right now is pure capitalism. And the pure capitalism is being driven by the least capitalistic group you've ever heard of, the Chinese. So
they do Chinese communism, yes.
Yes. What ended up happening was that a Chinese group got together and they bought into a number of the Cuban rolling houses. So you've got communist influences. They're able to get together. They bought stakes in a number of the Cuban brands, the Cuban rolling houses. What they did then, though, because they understood the value, they understood what was possible, and the Chinese now really have total control of the Hong Kong markets. Since the British returned Hong Kong to China, the Chinese have complete control. It's still a relatively open market space, but they still have control. Yeah. Many commodities, many high-end commodities, sell in the Hong Kong market for an extraordinary premium. And cigars are one of those things. So the Cuban cigars were selling in the Hong Kong market for as much as a $200 or $300 markup in many cases. And the Chinese investors noticed that and said, well, if they can sell there for that price, we can sell them that price around the world. So they are dictating the pricing of the Cuban brands at the Hong Kong market. So whatever they can get in the Hong Kong market, that's what they're going to charge for that product around the world. So what used to be a $100 cigar is now a $300 cigar, $400 cigar. Well, the other brands, because the United States does not allow the import of Cuban cigars, Cuban leaf, or Cuban cigars in total, the the others are not making the money off of that level. So prices across the board have gone up, not quite the same commensurate price change, but they have gone up a considerable amount because that is a driving force in the market. Well, the Cubans are making this much money off of it, so we can charge this much for our product.
So therefore,
exactly. So it is in that manner. It is a purely it is purely based on market and what the market will bear. My father used to joke that you charge what the market will bear plus 10%, and that's what they do. Yeah. So they've gotten to that opportunity, and they're running with it. So it is absolutely a pure capitalist process with regard to that pricing. Mm-hmm. They are charging what they know their customer base is willing to pay for the product. If they overstep, then they know that they will start to lose, and they'll have to step back on their pricing and change their model. So that's a big part of it. Is it painful? Sure. Do we understand it? Yes and no. Yes, I'm not going to begrudge someone the opportunity to make a living. I am going to call out somebody who I think is profiteering, but then that's a personal definition. Not everybody would define profiteering the same way that I would. So, off my soapbox.
Keep going. Rant away. That's interesting. If you're not familiar with the cigar racket in the international waters.
Anyways, since we're all here, let's do the official introduction. Okay. Welcome to the 50-something
8th
Supreme Council of the Master Geeks Lodge Council meeting. I am Jingo the Fool. I go by many other names in the past, among them Space Ranger, Hey You, Asshole,
Captain
Roberto
Asshole,
La Rosa, a number of different, fantasies that I have lived. And right now, I stream with these guys.
And we're happy to have you. I am Bill Kelly, Hornswoggle the Great, King of Fools, King of Ham, and also, well, I guess we're all on the council tonight, but also with us we have, go Kris, go.
Kris Newton, Twisted Mind, of Fools at freaking grocery stores.
Hey, there you go.
Writer of Fools. About 1,500 words today, so, I'm doing good. I'm on my way.
You're getting there. You'll reach
300,000
in no time. How long is the book? How long do you want it to be? That doesn't help. It's the story, not the pages.
If you like the style, I don't need a job.
A paperback ride. Oh, God, I love that song. I'm so glad you quoted it. Last weekend at the Renaissance Festival, I brought Fry's has those, the Kroger peanuts, the honey roasted with the sugar on them and stuff. And I brought out the peanuts, and I brought them into the back of the shop. And Frenchie he looks at him and he goes, "Peanuts!" Bet you don't know what movie that's from. That's from Arthur, 1981, and that's his grandmother that says that. So then I had to quote back with, "Don't screw with me, Bert." Arthur is our last socially acceptable drunk in society. He's our last crazy Guggenheim. He's our last, what's the guy that throws rocks on Mayberry? Is it Otis? No.
Otis.
Otis was the drunk.
Yeah, he gets drunk and he throws rocks at everybody, and all the memes are like, I totally understand this now.
Otis was the town drunk who locked himself up.
Yeah,
and you're thinking of the hillbilly. You're thinking of hillbilly Ernest.
That threw rocks at
Boggs or something like that. He lived up in the hills and he threw rocks at everybody.
Yeah. And he would come to
the drunk I remember is Foster Brooks.
He made a career out of being drunk.
Yeah, I did. Several drunks before I get inside and fly one of them You know, the big thing with Wink. You need a plane? You're a pilot, too?
Yeah, the bit he did with Dean Martin. I'm not as think as you drunk I am.
Yeah, no, I gotta have several drinks. Why's that? Well, I gotta go home and let everyone know my girlfriend is pregnant. Hey, congratulations! Oh, my wife's not gonna be happy when she finds out.
The other one, who was the other one? Jack Elam used to do a really good one, too.
Yeah. He was great in Cannonball Run because that was like so opposite of the tough guy cowboys he used to be playing. Now he's this like crazy mad scientist. Oh, catfight. And the best is when he runs into Dean Martin. I've been giving this shot to everybody. Well, that's fine for a shot, but can you drink it? I don't know. And then he sprays it in his mouth. How is it? Not bad. Oh, we just don't have fun movies like that anymore. They're making a new, not another teen movie or not another. They're making another one of those. That should be fun.
They're making new Spaceballs.
Yes, we need that. You need stupid comedy. It's a necessity. We have lots of stupid drama everywhere. You don't have to look hard to find that.
I see it on the news every day. Stupid drama. All over Facebook, stupid drama. Hell, I'm causing my own stupid drama.
I will never stop shit posting. No. If you think you're mad at me now, wait till you see my podcast. Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't booted me yet. I've tried a couple of times.
First, they give you bans in increments of minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15. And then as you go up, then you're into days, several days, 4 days, a week, 3 weeks, a month. Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to yell at people.
What are we going to do when they start asking for our...
For the what? You cut out.
For Discord, we're going to have to start showing off our ID.
In order to get access to Discord, they're going to start wanting you to
our information.
Who you are, yes.
Oh, great. I'm not hard to find. I mean, I haven't moved in almost 30 years. 29 to be in fact.
Yeah, they're more than welcome to come over to the shop and talk to me between hammer swings. I don't mind.
There you go.
I bought a pair of Bill Blass pants at Goodwill because Bill Blass is this designer and they're supposed to be elegant and important. Bill Blass makes pants for midgets with tiny hands. There, I said it. God,
has it got small pockets?
I mean, I can barely get my hand in.
Bro, that's women's pants.
Oh, I hate Goodwill. I went to...
Yeah, my ex-wife and we could fit the same jeans, and I could always tell when I got her jeans because my hands would barely fit in the pockets.
God damn it.
For whatever reason, pants makers don't think women use pockets. So if you get shallow pockets, that's those pants were made for a woman.
Which doesn't...
Not that it matters. Clothes don't have a sex.
If I was if I was 20, I'd be upset. At 53, it's... The bad part is it's like, I got this belt, and it's one of those, it's like a 40 waist or 44 waist or something. And I got the belt, and I brought it home, and I'm like, wait a minute, and I look at the thing right on the label. Torrid. God damn it! So then the guys at work are like, what are you doing in the women's section at Goodwill? I was in the men's section! Whatever fucking man that didn't know what... Fenrir agrees. Yeah, I don't go shopping in the women's section. I avoid women at all costs at stores. They're a major time
went shopping in the women's section of thrift stores to buy a garb for the SCA event.
Okay, that works. But, I mean, when you're, looking for business casual man clothes and you're in the man area, you're just naturally assuming that all the clothes are for men. But some of them are not.
My wife in chat said... the women's pants irritate her because there's no room for your chain wallet.
There's more room for testicles in men's pants, and even more room if you don't have them. After having to wear hand-me-downs from sisters my whole life, I lost that whole to wear a stupid girl shirt. Because it's the truth. When people are really young, they don't know unless you tell them. Yeah. Oh, well. I got over it. It's okay.
Yeah. I just have no shame, so. I really don't care.
Yeah. Shame's a public thing. You're not supposed to have it on your own all by yourself. So did we want to take real serial killers and put them in D&D, or did we want to take D&D serial killers and classify them on Dr. Stone's most evil?
I was thinking just evil villains in general and classify them. Including, cinema villains and comic book villains, where there's a lot of villainy out there.
Ooh,
a lot of villainy.
Yeah. I think part of a difficult one would be to do like Sin City or Watchmen, because alignment really does not exist there, except for like certain characters. Like Frank Miller himself said that everybody in Sin City is just a normal person except for Miko and Kevin, or Miho. She's good, and he's obviously evil. He eats women. That's not normal. Normal people don't do that shit. But since he's a torture killer, that would put him somewhere around level 20 to 22.
Torture murderer, sadistic, but focused on murder more than torture. I don't think he tortured. Well, he did, because the one girl that was rescued, he said that
he made
her watch him eat her
hand and the other girls. He made me watch. That's torture. I mean, psychological.
Let's see. Psychotic murderer and torturers who subject at least one of their victims to fairly brutal torture. That is 20 on the scale. That's pretty damn evil. Kevin is way up.
Gary Heidnik is level 22. He was a genius in Philadelphia that chained women up in his basement and tried to get them pregnant to breed a master race. And when they failed to become pregnant, he electrocuted them and he killed one of them. Kevin, on the level of the farm, is near that level. Maybe not an actual 22, but I mean, when you're holding people against their will, that's fucking evil. I mean,
yeah, 22 says psychotic torture murderers where both sexual and non-sexual sadism are the primary motive. Do you think Kevin was sexually motivated, or was he just...
I think it was just sadism. I don't think it was sexually motivated, because there's a purity thing involved. Rourke explains later.
Then that would put Kevin at 20. 21 is psychopaths obsessed with torture. They do not kill their victims, but seek to abuse them in the worst possible way.
Where's Ed Gein on that?
Not as high as you would think, actually.
Search most evil on Wikipedia. It's about a TV show that discusses serial killers, but at the bottom of that article is the 1 to 22 scale of Dr. Stone. And it has a bunch of serial killers and other non-fictional people that they not interviewed, but covered during the TV show.
Level 1. Oh, go ahead.
No, what TV show?
Most Evil.
Most Evil.
It's a documentary.
Okay. Right.
It's a documentary format. They have a narrator, and then they interview Dr. Stone and a bunch of other people.
Now I'm going to have to track that down.
I forced Clay to watch the first episode.
Investigationdiscovery.com. Discovery. Damn it, that means it's on Disney.
But I think it's on Max.
Probably. Level 1 is like the lowest level of evil. Like if you came home and you found your wife in bed and you saw red and you killed the guy, but everyone
that's
around
higher
you,
than 1.
Yeah, that's level 1. You're not a bad person, but it's a crime of passion where you lost all control. We're level 20, 22, 21.
Level 1 is only those who killed in self-defense and aren't murderers. Level 2 is jealous lovers who commit a crime of passion.
Sorry. I don't have it memorized.
I'm surprised Ed Gein was so low on that list. You're right.
I think he's 14, if memory serves.
He's a 13. Inadequate, rageful psychopaths who rage or psychosis are the reason for their killings.
Wow.
Geen was creepy. Like, women described him as just absolutely creepy. He wasn't really, like, they didn't, I mean, later they felt dangerous around him, but he's, yeah, because he would just stare at women with this uncomfortable, you know, wall-eyed expression.
I had the great good fortune or misfortune, however you want to classify it, to go to Vegas during COVID, and Zach Baggins has his museum in Vegas.
Been there.
And he has a bunch of serial killer
memorabilia
stuff in there, including Ed Gein's big cauldron that he used on the farm, and a lot of the tools and implements. And he had a lot of other stuff in there. Very interesting. And when you know what you're looking at, and if you know the backstory with it, then you can get all kinds of heebie-jeebies being in a room with stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, Gein's first murder, he never goes to trial. There's never any... They kind of just push it under the rug. After his father dies, there's a fire on the farm, and his mother sends him and his brother to go fight the fire. And when it's over, just Ed comes back, and then they later find his older brother, and he did have blunt trauma to the head, but they ruled the death as smoke, asphyxiation. Let me say that correctly so I don't say it funny. Asphyxiation. If you can't pronounce it, sing it. That makes it more exciting. So they just kind of, Mother will keep Eddie under control because he had a sick Oedipus complex situation going on with his mom because Ed was really ridiculed and made fun. He was kind of slow. He had a little bit of a speech impediment. And he was kind of nerdy. He was socially awkward. He didn't really get along with the other kids. They constantly picked on him and made fun of him. His brother could only do so much. And he just kind of like, the Seymour Skinner situation. It's just going to be me and Mother. And then when she dies, he loses his fucking mind. And then starts robbing the local graveyards and getting trophies. And then eventually that kind of progresses into attacking the woman at the motel, and then that's when they find a trail all the way back to the House of Horrors. Oh my god, he was robbing graves and making furniture out of the body parts. He had an entire belt made out of human nipples all sewn together, lampshades made
I know he was the inspiration for Buffalo Bill.
Thank you
in the Silence of the Lambs. Yes.
Yep.
He was the inspiration for a lot of movie maniacs.
Yep.
And he just he's not like a violent, angry guy. He's not.
He was just seriously mentally ill.
Yeah.
And left with the wrong
disturbed.
Mother.
Yeah, it was opportunity events as opposed to him actually being out there and targeting. And he wasn't at that level. He wasn't what we think of when we really think of a serial killer, somebody who's built all of this, and the FBI gets to have has to build an entire team just to try and track this person down.
Wikipedia has a list of the trophies found at his house.
We gotta read those. Let's save that for Halloween.
All right. Nah, wait. It.
Okay, we've talked about two, Kevin and Ed Gein, and we've agreed that Kevin is 20. Would everyone?
Yeah.
Kris is doing something, but
he's
20, and then Ed he's 13. He's on the scale already. I would say that Kevin is closer to being chaotic evil, but I would actually say that Ed Gein would be neutral evil. I don't think
I think Ed Gein was neutral evil, but I don't think Kevin was chaotic evil in that he was very methodical in the way he did things.
So you think he's more lawful? You think he's more lawful evil?
it's hard to apply the D&D because we don't get a lot of context to how Kevin reacts to authority. That will tell you whether he's lawful or chaotic. If he acts very respectful to authority and works within the framework of the law to keep from getting caught, that's a lawful evil. If he is indiscriminate and wanton and just out to cause destruction, that's chaotic evil. No,
it's hard to
well,
say.
The Joker and the Hobgoblin from the Spider-Man stuff. The Hobgoblin is definitely, after
he's got a plot where Joker just does just random shit. Go, Kris. What were you saying?
Well, didn't Kevin's dad protect him and shield him from everything? They hid everything from the police and everybody.
Damn it, we need Paul. He's the authority on Sin City in our group of friends. He's actually read all the graphic novels. I don't know much about Kevin's backstory, but when the Rourkes get a hold of him, I mean, they pretty much sequester him on the farm.
Right.
I would say now I'm changing I changed my state.
I think he's neutral evil because neutral evil is pure evil, uninfluenced by authority or the lack thereof.
Okay.
Pure evil. Neutral evil is the evilest of evil because it's untainted by law and chaos. Just like neutral good is the purest good.
Hey! Cat fight. There's plenty of food. I don't know when they're fighting.
I was going to say, do not ask the cat's opinion because cats are absolutely chaotic evil, period.
Some of them are chaotic good, but mostly evil, yes. Okay, I'll give you that. I would say that. No, I have to. I'm not changing my. Geen is still neutral good, but okay. Kevin is neutral evil. Though I'm still kind of holding on a little bit that he might be a little bit lawful because he does maintain a routine. That's how Marv gets the drop on him. And chaotic people don't they don't thrive on consistency. They thrive on inconsistency.
Yes.
Yeah.
They act on impulse. They do what they want when they want because they want.
I would go one step further. I know you wanted to do Hobgoblin and Joker next, but Bullseye from the Daredevil movie with Colin Farrell and Ben Affleck, he's kind of a really good representation of what a Marvel thug is in the very first part of the movie, where he's just randomly kills a lady on an airplane, randomly just does crazy stuff in a bar, and that
is a chaotic evil.
Yeah, they don't have a moral compass that keeps them. That's why the Kingpin or one of the other, like crime boss Silvermane or one of the other ones.
I was just going to say Silvermane is the other crime boss it comes to.
Pretty much. Well, he's the oldest Marvel crime boss that isn't a superhero, a supervillain. He's just an old man. Yeah, it's a shame that William Platty died. The guy that plays Dr. Finkelstein in Jack Skellington! He'd be perfect for Silverman. He's in Prizzi's honor. We forgive nothing! Good movies.
Wasn't he Italian, though?
I think
Prizzi's honor!
Dennis Farina would be a good Silverman.
Dennis Farina would be. Yeah.
Farting ice holes.
I want to see him play Black Mask. What the fuck is wrong with you? Because all Black Mask does is yell at his subordinates, and Farina would be perfect for that. Or Sipowicz. Dennis Franz from Hill Street Blues, the main detective. Oh, yeah. He would be. I mean, you'd have to get him into excellent shape, but he would be great for the Black Mask and Batman and crime boss. Also, a lawful evil, because he's not pure enough to be neutral evil. Black Mask. He's too organized. Much like Riddler, lawful evil.
Very much. Riddler definitely hits the lawful evil because he's very methodical in what he does. And,
Scarecrow and he and Mad Hatter are all tied for 3 for neutral evil. I would say Dr. Freeze is chaotic evil in his creation up until 1992 when Paul Dini and when the animated series introduces Nora Freeze, he goes from being chaotic evil to almost neutral good. Because he only really... Freeze doesn't... with the Nora storyline canon, not the like they were saying before the animated series, Mr. Freeze was just another weirdo with a ray gun.
He actually got a redemption story arc in this TV show Gotham.
He does. See, I haven't gotten. I'm only on like
they
season
end up
2 of
finding
Gotham.
A way to save him.
I don't have Netflix anymore, so now I can't finish the series. Same thing with the Red List. The Raymond Redding Blacklist.
The Blacklist.
That's a great show, and now I can't finish it. I like James Spader. He's great as a bad guy. He's great as a good guy. All those, Less Than Zero and Pretty in Pink, and he was always like the best. He was like the main guy's asshole friend. He did that very well.
Main heavy, yeah. He can play the heavy really well.
That's good. Main heavy. That's a better analogy.
You don't hear him talk about the heavy. You don't get heavies in movies anymore. Because the heavy was never a bad guy. The heavy was that guy that, like you said, Bill, the heavy was the asshole.
The heavy.
Yes, he wasn't necessarily terrible. He was just an asshole.
For Less Than Zero and Bright Lights, all of those like 80s culture movies, you were right, because he's not. Now that can happen, but for the most part, he's the bad vizier. He's the ill advisor. He gives you bad advice. And we've all had friends like that and made tremendous mistakes and owe tons of people apologies. So that being said, I hate reunions. It's just
he's going to be in Vision
hours.
Quest.
He is?
Yeah. He's going to reprise his role as Ultron, but it's going to be a human Ultron. All of the android characters in Marvel movies. So Jarvis, Ultron, Friday, all the ones that Tony Stark helped create are going to be in the Vision Quest TV show.
Poor Jarvis.
And they're going to be like
made into
inside Vision's head.
Like the show Herman's Head. That could be interesting.
Kind of like that, yeah. But it because it's not Paul Bettany's vision from the shows, from the movies. It's White Vision from the Wanda Vision show.
I'm a huge
That one that appeared at the end, which was of the White Vision, I think was a vision that didn't have the Soul Stone. It wasn't the same vision.
Right.
You don't. But they don't introduce. Right.
No, Vision gave him his memories, but he doesn't. It's the ones that the government made in the WandaVision show to take out Wanda after she made the bubble around this town.
Vision is another.
And so, yeah, he took off at the end of the show, and nobody's seen him since. And now that we're going to have the Vision Quest show later this year, and I know James Spader's going to be in it.
Vision has always been one of my favorites because he's really underused. Because he's on the power level with Hulk, Black Bolt, Wonder Man, the Gladiator guy that fights everybody, that broke the Thing's jaw. I mean, Vision is a, dare I say it, next level hero. And he doesn't have much of a personality and a lot of conflict in his day-to-day operation, and I think that's why he's kind of pushed to the periphery and not used as much. Not only that, I mean, he controls all the density in the area around him, in himself. I mean, if you're pissing him off, he'll just make you so heavy you can't even get up.
Well, that was one of the things I liked about him with Thor, when he picks up the hammer and everybody's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And it was just a subtle thing. He's just like, oh, here you go.
Can't be worthy or not worthy. He doesn't technically have a soul.
I was not surprised. I was also not surprised that Captain America could wield the hammer.
Yep. You know, the only thing missing from that is now they have to have Tom Hanks show up in the sweater and walk over and just as a cameo, pick it up and hand the hammer over to Thor and just walk away. Just very nice, thank you.
Dressed as Mr. Rogers?
No.
Dressed as Mr. Rogers.
Oh, I wanted to be Forrest Gump. You drop your hammer, sir. And then he just walks away.
I wanted to be Mr. Rogers, and everybody else go, ha! No.
That's cool and pulls at heartstrings. It's not funny and ridiculous like Forrest Gump. Sorry.
That's a tangent we could go off in. Who is worthy of Thor's hammer?
Fred Rogers. My vote.
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog.
Yep.
He's worthy.
Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah. Captain Kangaroo, definitely. But definitely Fred Rogers. I think Fred Rogers.
Was there the clown?
Fred, which one?
Nope, no clowns.
Fred, yeah, that's right. You don't like clowns. I'm the one who loves clowns.
I don't care. I don't dislike clowns. My wife doesn't like clowns.
Oh man, she better never come over to my house. Paul gave me this statue. Look at this creepy guy. Look at his butt. But Fred Rogers definitely, because a light went out in the sky at night when we lost Mr. Rogers, because you don't have many humans out there today that absolutely everybody loves and they have no enemies.
Well, Tom Hanks would be able to lift the hammer as well.
You think Tom Hanks?
In my estimation, Tom Hanks himself would be able to do so.
I don't know.
This is a man that bought an old manual typewriter so that he could write letters to people in that fashion.
Nice.
And had been doing it for years. So this is a gentleman that, he picks and chooses his characters. He does a very good job of it, and he embodies a lot of those ideals in his day-to-day existence.
Yes. Also, go ahead, Bill.
Keanu Reeves.
I was just going to say Keanu Reeves.
Stop reading my goddamn mind.
He is the epitome of the nice guy. Another one.
Are you going to say Robin Williams?
No, Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Both. Robin Williams and Steve Irwin.
Robin Williams, too. Robin Williams had a heart 3 times the size of his head.
He had a heart more than the hair on his back.
Yes.
That's a lot of heart.
The story of Christopher. Yes, he did. The story of Christopher Reeves in the horse accident, and he's paralyzed. He'll be a quadriplegic for the rest of his life. And he was fantastically upset about it. And then one day, the door opened, and a man dressed like a surgeon with a heavy Russian accent declared that he needed an emergency proctology exam. And Christopher Reeves looked over, smiled, and started laughing for the first time in, 3 or 6 months? As Robin Williams proceeded to just, be himself in the room and just be this character.
I watched that documentary. That thing made me cry.
You don't have a soul if you don't cry at something like that. I mean, they're best friends. You know what it's like to be a struggling nobody and to be barely survive. It's happening again. And to be barely surviving, and the people that you're with, you have this jingoistic bond of mutual suffering. It's equivalent to the service, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. It's like rent fair or haunted house or being a carny, where you're completely outnumbered and you only have this ragtag group of few to rely on to get the job done.
You and your ragtag fugitive fleet.
5:30 Sunday. I'm standing out front, saying the line that I say all day long. It's new. I came up with it this year. I'm very proud of it. We've got pirate stuff because pillaging is cheaper than therapy. And you don't have to use your HMO, whatever the hell that is. So, here's a Hispanic family. Everybody 11 and older is laughing at me each and every time. And they turn, they look, and they smile. And the youngest son, who's maybe 7, is really not digging on me. He's been threatening me with his wooden sword since he walked up. And I'm dressed like a pirate, so okay. I'm also not armed. I don't even have a knife on me. Standing there in a kilt and sneakers arguing with a child. And after a few minutes, see, he's not dumb, but after a few minutes, he yells at me in between me blasting my voice. You just say the same thing over and over and over and over again. That's all you do. And I laughed at him and I walked up and I go, you know what? You're exactly right. I say the same things all day long. All day. I repeat it. And he's like almost scowling at me because he knows that I'm kind of messing with him. And I said, but the people are constantly new. They haven't heard me say this yet. They were down there. They saw me being animated. They heard me talk. They don't know what I said. So my boss pays me money to say the same thing over and over and over. And the people that hear it just now have never heard it before. He goes from anger to, like, you could see the gears turning and his family got real quiet. And then I leaned in and I go, when you grow up, you're going to have a great time working here. You have fun now. And I turn around and his family busted up and all of a sudden he's like, wait a minute, because, dude, you know, we're a very diverse cast. It's not the 1600s, but it's the 1600s. Oh, gee, good den, good morrow, good people. You know, so all of a sudden, I can work out here? Like, we can do that? You know, we're allowed to do that? All you need to be is like 15 or 16. It's not hard. I mean, it's hard.
And willing to wear odd clothes.
And talk to
That's
people.
Right. And this is not a touching event.
Yeah. No, not at all. The best is there's a hawker for the stage, and the guy he's got great projection. And now that I've been, like, fucking with him, he's been having a lot better. He's I think he's from Ohio? He's a Rennie. He's a real Rennie, not a weekender like me. So it's an underwater escape act that they do on the Rialto stage, and it's several times a day, and he's out there for several times. So the first rule of hawking, share the street. I don't want to yell over him. I don't want him yelling over me. I don't want to speak. You know, you have to give and take. And it takes a couple minutes for everybody to figure out their rhythm. So he's like, the underwater escape act. And so I'm standing there and I give him the line I just gave you guys. And then I go, oh, you got to listen to him. He's got that underwater a cappella thing. I want to see people sing underwater. I'm able to deliver that with a straight face, but I'm laughing my ass off on the inside. And the first time I said it, I cracked him up. And then he just was immune to it after that. What? Don't you want to see people singing in chorus underwater? That's how it'll sound. And he just looked at me like I was crazy. What? It's hot out here. I want to get it on tape. Oh, go ahead. What was that?
No, I said the
Is Jack the Whip?
It's a new, Jacques. It's not Adam Crack anymore. It's a totally different guy. I haven't been out there for 11 years. I'm trying to learn. There's a Cat and a Rat show, and there's a bunch of new shows that the last time I was out...
I keep seeing him on freaking TikTok and YouTube.
Oh.
And he got the painted on mustache, the French mustache.
Yeah. Sure it's not Santiago from the Clan Tinker. Santiago always paints his mustache on. He's got a better handlebar than I do. I think it's funny.
Yes, he was there like last weekend or the weekend before, like opening weekend. And I guess he had come from Dallas. And he said, I'm here in Dallas, and everybody started booing him.
Yeah, don't talk about Texas and Arizona. You're trying to pick a fight. The funniest was, we are blessed, fucking blessed, because every morning, Seamus the Insulter walks into the pirate ship, tells us one joke, and walks out for free. We don't have to pay for it. But let me put things into perspective. Seamus has been out there longer than me, and when you give him $20 for a compliment or an insult, it's worth every penny. Because he grabs you, he's got several black belts in several different martial arts, and you're not going anywhere. And then he gets really loud and just goes off for however much money. However much if you give him like $5, it's like a paragraph. If you give him $20, it's like 2 minutes of solid insults. Listen up, bubble butt. So he walks in on Saturday. I don't remember last week's jokes. I'm sorry. It was a blur. He walks in on Saturday and he's like, "Are you ready to hear the truly most tasteless knock-knock joke I have ever heard?" And I heard it from a 12-year-old girl, and we're like, "Oh my God, go ahead." Knock, knock. Who's there? Tumor. Tumor who? Tumor months to live! And then he turned around and walked out. And we just fell apart. And then he topped it on Sunday, where he walked in, and we were open at that point. You ready for the joke of the day? Oh, God, yes, please. I wait on that. This is like the highlight of my morning. Come on, go, give it to me. Why can you not get off with these 2 fingers? Because these are my 2 fingers. And he ran away. That's so stupid. We laughed about it for the rest of the afternoon. My 2 fingers.
I'm going to have to remember that one. It's going to get me in trouble at work.
God.
It's simple, stupid, but oh God, it's like something that you would hear on the Stooges or the Marx Brothers.
Life plus logic equals comedy.
Hearing the 1930. Oh, sorry.
Let me cancel out the neighborhood consultant.
Oh. The 1933 equivalent is like from Animal Crackers, and it's this simple a line. One morning, I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How I got in my pajamas, I don't know. Simple, stupid, funny.
Yes. Marx Brothers.
Doc, can you see us? Well, if I can't, there's something wrong with my glasses.
Doc, it hurts when I do this. Well, don't do that.
But he grabs Harpo's wrist and So, Doc, is he alive? I don't know. Either this man's dead or my watch is stopped. You gotta keep that redheaded fella up in a trap. It's no good. I can't catch him. Well, who is he? Well, he's my partner, but he knows speak. Oh, he's your silent partner. Sorry, I could do Marx Brothers. Don't. Yeah, okay, so, hey, Dr. Doom. Definitely lawful evil.
I'm not even sure Dr. Doom in all instances is evil. He is a sovereign of his own nation, and a lot of what he does is to the benefit of his own nation and his people. Okay, he's a tyrant, but I don't think he's a capital E evil. Not all the time. Depends on who's writing him, really.
Okay, Nat. He is obsessed with being smarter than Reed Richards to the point where he would put himself in danger to prove that he's smarter than Reed Richards. So, God, you know what? I'm wrong.
I don't think
he's
that's
more
evil.
Chaotic neutral because he is going to go for chaotic neutral. People aren't evil. They're just obsessed with that one thing, and the end justifies the means. So the rest of the world is going to see them as evil, but they're like, I had to kill those orphans because I had to dig in their orphanage to get the gold that I hid 20 years before the orphanage was made.
But he's not wantonly murderous either.
None of the chaotic neutral people start out as wantonly murderous. Murders happen in the course of their following their obsession, in my opinion. So does that make them? That makes them a little bit evil from the outsider point of view.
I'm sure he is a bit evil, but I'm going to say that, what are the big evil things he's done?
His big downfall is the collateral damage that he does. He barely acknowledges
that
and will push it
to the
aside.
chaos.
Yeah. He will barely acknowledge the collateral damage he does, regardless of what it is. Oh, the puppy dog no longer has a house. Oh, I killed 5,000 people. That's collateral damage because I was built point. I'm heading for this. This is my ultimate end point. This is my goal. The collateral damage I will barely acknowledge, but I will also sweep it aside and move forward. So he's walking that line, walking it. He's straddling the line, maybe doing a game of hopscotch, and the line runs down the middle.
I say
Hey, what
he's
about
not
Magneto?
a capital. I want to stick with Doom for one more thing. I say he's not a capital E evil because he is doing what he thinks is, beneficial to the nation that he rules. I wonder. I don't think I've ever really seen how the people of his own nation view him or treat him. What is life in Latveria like?
Latveria. I'm trying to catch up with what we were doing. So, Kevin.
Okay, what about Magneto?
Oh, hold on. There's so many. I'm trying to keep notes in. Twitch will record the chat in my chat, so I'm putting Kevin is neutral evil, Ed Gein is neutral evil, the Joker is chaotic evil, Scarecrow and Riddler and Mad Hatter are, not Riddler. McLovin. McLovin's lawful.
Magneto becomes an interesting choice, though, based on, and it depends upon the background, the true history. Because now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but the films, I think, embellished into his upbringing and background a lot more than was ever really brought out in the comics.
That doesn't come till later.
That idea, what it was from the films that put him into that mindset and helps to drive him to that edge, I think that falls under what Rob was talking about with Doom. He's not, at that point, he's tap dancing on the evil line, but he's doing
Magneto at this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, where Magneto crossed the line is where he wanted to genocide the entire human race. That's where he became capital E evil.
Yeah.
Because he decided that mutant kind and humans could not coexist. He became the evil that shaped him. He was shaped by the evil of the Nazi Empire, and he wanted to basically do the same thing.
If you stare into the abyss,
he was going to turn the tables on those who he saw as doing that, attempting to do that same thing to his people now, who are the mutants, not just the Jews, but now
he had noble
mutants were his
intentions at first, but I think he got caught up in his own power at one point. And
lawful neutral, chaotic neutral, neutral evil, chaotic evil, lawful evil, Magneto.
I would say lawful evil.
Yeah, because he does have a very, very strict and defined set of rules, but those rules are very much to the benefit of himself and his group,
and they don't include humans.
So his group is to benefit from it, and all that fall outside of what he designates as his group, they are essentially collateral damage for him to get to his ultimate end, which was a purification of the world to meet what his idea was of a proper place. So,
okay.
I agree with you, Rob. He walked right. He didn't skip across that line. He ran with it head down and went
ran, tackled it.
Yeah, he started with pure intentions, but he went all the way there.
Hobgoblin, chaotic evil. Bullseye, chaotic evil. Magneto, lawful evil. Dr. Octopus.
I would say, that's a tough one because, I don't know how much. I'm going right now off of the cinematic, the
Oh
one
no,
from the movie,
the
yeah,
movie, the Tobey Maguire and
the
Alfred
Alfred
Molina.
Molina.
Alfred Molina. We've been watching him since Raiders of the Lost Ark. We loved him. He was great as the bad guy Angel in Maverick, the movie with Mel Gibson. I mean, not to take away that performance, but that is not the storyline of Doctor Octopus. He was
No,
never married.
he was never married, and he was just I don't know, nuts.
I
I don't believe it was his tentacles didn't take over his brain like they did in the cinematic version.
not to that extent in the movie. No, I'm gonna say chaotic, neutral, because he has two maddening obsessions that he will put himself in danger to accomplish. Spider-Man and the pursuit of cold fusion. Dr. Octopus lives for science on a level that a lot of the other
Have you
villains.
seen either of the Spider Verse animated Spider Man movies?
No, I have not. I
All right, they
think
deal with not the original Spider Man, but the Miles Morales Spider
I
Man.
that's not Spider-Man. No, I'm unfamiliar with Miles Morales. Please educate me.
If you understand the canon, you can with the whole Spider Verse. The movies explained, because Peter Parker exists in the world, and it explains how the mantle moves from one to the other and why. But in that telling of Spider Man, Doctor Octopus is a woman.
Okay, here's my take on that. And Paul Dini switched
Doctor Octavia.
Dr. Octavia Octopus. The problem, okay, it switching the gender of Dr. Octopus does absolutely nothing, really.
It worked for that. It doesn't change.
I'm
really
not
anything.
familiar with it, but coming from, oh, you're a purist of the Peter Parker. No, I'm saying that it doesn't matter if you make Dr. Octopus a man or a woman as long as you adhere to the most important. With Batman, you have the storyline of Two-Face, and it's very important to the Batman Rogues Gallery because it does two things. I'm going to use, like Frenchie said, your favorite word is dichotomy. Okay, my dad's favorite word was ultimately. We all got a favorite word. It sets up this mass contrast. There, I didn't use dichotomy. Ha! Said it twice anyway. So, Harvey Dent and Bruce Wayne went to college together. They are friends. They're buddies. They're chums. Two-Face and Batman are bitter enemies, but that dynamic humanizes both of them. It shows a villain in a human aspect because he had a fall from grace. He already had a problem that was there. Harvey Dent already had psychological issues before the acid attack, but then he went very, very bad. Whereas Batman needs to hold on to as many of the human aspects of his life and not the creature of the night and vengeance and just so it anchors him. It anchors his humanity to the world, and it gives you all this storyline because now both of them have to be in two places at once. It's four different characters running around. I'm getting this. I'm getting there. Hold on, everybody. Spider-Man in the same aspect of the Lizard, Dr. Connors, and Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus. It's the same. It's the same story in a education aspect instead of a best friend night on the town guy, the two stud bachelors, where these are mentors that Peter Parker has through school. He has Dr. Octopus in a summer program when he's a kid, and then later he gets to take these special classes where Dr. Octopus is teaching. He's not Dr. Octopus yet, he's just Otto Octavius, bizarre summer school teacher.
You have Kurt Connors was one of his teachers.
Who was a
Did he also apprentice
bioengineering
with Norman Osborn?
He meets Norman through Harry, and they're friends, which is another stealing from the Batman storyline and arc, but it does give the story a whole nother depth. And that's a closer dynamic in the comic book and the first movie, where Harry and Peter are friends, and Norman is this weird, so I hear you like science. I'm a bit of a scientist, Peter. I love Willem Dafoe. But they make Norman... But Norman, he's kind of a sleazy businessman, and again, the Green Goblin, I would say, is either chaotic neutral or chaotic evil, because he's willing to put himself in harm's way to achieve his goals, where lawful evil people would put other people in the harm's way to achieve their goals. That's why,
as far as the Willem Dafoe depiction, definitely chaotic evil. Because one of the first things you see him do after he appears as a Green Goblin is he disintegrates a city council with a pumpkin.
Yeah, I love the Green Goblin. You don't have to sell me hard on him. Norman Osborn.
Can I hire him? I have a few things I have a few city council events I'd like him to go visit.
Right?
Just saying.
Okay. Green Goblin, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil, neutral evil, lawful evil. He's kind of insane. That's part of the fun.
I don't know. I think he's chaotic evil.
I'm teetering. I'd say chaotic evil or chaotic neutral.
I would say evil because he throws those bombs around indiscriminately.
Say lawful evil? Probably no.
I mean, no, chaotic evil because
evil?
Didn't he hang Gwen Stacy off a bridge and dare Spider-Man to save her and a busload of children at the same time?
I think it was.
That doesn't sound like
Mary
a chaotic
Jane,
neutral thing.
No, okay, yeah, he's chaotic evil.
No, it was Gwen Stacy. Oh, maybe it was Mary Jane. I thought it was Gwen Stacy.
A woman.
And that was when Gwen Stacy died. Yeah.
It was Mary Jane in the movies, but it was Gwen Stacy in the comics.
Gwen Stacy in the comics.
Okay,
and Gwen Stacy died there because he couldn't save both of them, unlike the movie.
Peter deals with that dynamic a lot. I can't be everywhere at once. That was the best with the Tobey Maguire. You're not Superman. We don't need to have the Aunt May discussion. We have it too many times. Dr. Octopus, chaotic neutral, Green Goblin, chaotic evil.
All right, I've got two more for you.
Say yay or nay. Just
yay.
1 second, Chris. Yay. Jingo?
Yay. Press the wrong button for talking.
Rob? Oh.
Sure. I'll go along with that.
You had a long pause. Were you giving it more thought? Who have I missed? Kevin, Ed Gein, Joker, Scarecrow, Riddler, Mad Hatter, Hobgoblin, Bullseye, Magneto, Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin. We talked about another villain before Magneto.
There's so many, and we can get away from the comic books into cinema villains as well.
Hold on, I'm having fun with the comic.
I've got two more comics, and then we can move on to cinema.
You can throw cinema in if you want. I got a lot of the cinema. Oh my God!
What have you got, Chris?
Go, Chris.
The first one, comic book, Mr. Sinister.
Oh, okay.
Lawful evil.
Ah, pitch poke, kill me, Coke.
Okay, and the other one, another X-Men, Apocalypse.
Apocalypse? Ooh, neutral evil.
Yeah.
Pure megalomania.
Jeez, you like him big and powerful, don't you, Chris? Apoco.
Hey, I love the X-Men. Don't judge me.
I love the X-Men too. Hey, Magneto is one of their old school original villains. He pretty much comes with the original set.
Okay, pre-Carol Danvers exposure, Rogue. You remember Rogue became a good guy after she was trapped in the rubble with, was it Captain Marvel? Yeah, and absorbed a whole lot of her personality, and that's how she ended up being a good guy, because she was trapped touching this person for a long time. Before that, Rogue was a nasty, evil, scary villain. The one villain that, made all of the X-Men's O-rings clench whenever they heard her southern accent.
Yeah. And now she's like
and then they cast Anna Paquin.
I like Anna Paquin, but
I like her, but she shouldn't have been Rogue.
Where the hell's Holly Hunter?
Yeah, no doubt.
I want her to talk like she did in Racing Arizona.
Yeah, they had a meek and mild teenage girl. Rogue should have been, rowdy and mean.
So you want to say that rogue pre-turn is chaotic evil or lawful?
Oh yeah, because she relished in the terror that she caused, and liked torturing people with her powers.
So we'll do pre-X-Men rogue. How about that? All the spelling today, which I'm not any good at.
For that matter, pre-X-Men Emma Frost.
Or Gambit.
I don't think Gambit was ever evil.
I think Gambit was chaotic or probably lawful neutral because he had to stick to a code and he had to do things that he normally wouldn't do in order to fit in. And if you're a good person, you're going to find a way not to do it. That's a lot of gaming where you get a mission and you're like, oh my God. And then you put your heads together and you figure out a way to not do the terrible thing and still go along with the adventure. Where that would be lawful neutral behavior. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm coming at this from gaming a lot, and everyone has a different take on all of the alignments, and every time you ask a new player or you watch a bunch of old players you're not very familiar playing with and you listen to them describe the alignments, you're like, well, I kind of looked at that one like that, but that's a bit extreme.
Well, on the theory that even if somebody has a given alignment, not all the actions that they take are going to fall into that alignment. Everybody, very few people walk such a narrow line in their life that it can define every action. I mean, for the most part, people stick within their lines, but the lawful neutral person can do the occasional chaotic thing or the occasional evil or good thing, and still not stray from their core tenet.
It's also how they react afterwards. A chaotic neutral or a chaotic evil person is not going to have any remorse for the bad thing they did. Lawful evil, probably not. Lawful neutral and true neutral and on, if it was a diabolical act, it's going to stick with them. And that's an excellent plot line if you're a DM, because you can bring that back. And especially if you have a magic character or one that can read minds or any kind of stuff like that, or demons or stuff like that, you can literally use that as another plot device to go after the character. But who are we talking about again?
Rogue.
Rogue is chaotic evil before becoming the X-Men.
Rogue and Gambit. We were talking about
Gambit. I would say thank you. So oops. He's lawful neutral. Because they're on the cusp there. Because then you get into Lex Luthor. He's not really lawful evil. And he's more of like a chaotic... No, he's more of like a... I have to give this some thought.
I would call him neutral evil for a lot of conditions because he's willing to do the bad. He doesn't care. But he's walking that line and he's doing what's right for him. Yeah. I wouldn't call him chaotic evil because he's not just walking around, I'm going to destroy this building today and then I'll pet that dog later. And after I'm done petting him, I'm going to throw him to my pet shark.
So he's a baby.
Yeah. So I would say he's more neutral evil, really.
Or is he lawful neutral?
No, because he doesn't necessarily follow a rule set.
No, he doesn't. And
he follows his own. Yeah, he follows his own line, but his own line changes with the exception of I'm going to beat Superman. Why are you going to beat Superman? Because I'm going to beat Superman.
The alien. Right. Dude, he's an alien. Leave him alone.
He's an alien who's been really nice because we've seen in the comic books what happens when he lets go.
We were talking about Mr. Freeze. That's who one of my favorite villains, especially after... Because Mr. Freeze is just... okay, we'll do just Batman animated, the BAS, that's what they call it in the lingo. That's what the kids are saying today. No, I don't know.
It's now the BAS.
I'm
what?
So out. What? So Mr. Freeze pre-Batman animated series is chaotic evil because he's just a maniac wacko with a ray gun. But afterward, the creation of Nora completely changed his character. And what the hell did we decide he was going to be after that?
Wasn't he lawful evil at that point?
I think he was lawful neutral or lawful evil. Yeah, but I think
because he has a set of rules, but he's doing the wrong thing to get to his chosen endpoint.
Okay,
so
hold on. You've opened a whole can of worms with that statement. Are evil people capable of love? He is obsessed with Nora, that he destroys himself so that she can have a perfect or a normal life. By the time Batman Beyond happens, Mr. Freeze is a head in a jar talking to himself in a cryonic facility that Amanda Waller has sequestered him. Well, she's long dead. No, she's old. It's that other lady.
She's old and wide enough.
Yeah, it's the other lady that put him in this thing, and then they grow him a body, and then it goes sideways, and he becomes Mr. Freeze again. But Nora is happy. She got a new body. She's brought out of cryostasis. She lives and that's why Victor's like, I can't see her again because I'm that part of her life is dead, and I don't want her to remember me. I don't want her to be unhappy. I want her to live life. This is a wonderful man. So
I think that falls under the lawful side versus the evil side, because he's got a set of rules, and his rules are very much centered around, at that point, they're centered around his wife. And what was he trying to do to provide for her? The evil part comes in, I'm willing to do whatever in the hell I deem necessary to get to this endpoint, but I have a set of rules that I will follow. I will go through in a very standardized set path to get there, and I am willing to accept the collateral damage. I am willing to identify the collateral damage prior to get there. So,
I vote for lawful neutral then for after Batman animated series, because it's in the second version, Gotham Knights of that, or Knights of Gotham, that he becomes just a head in a walking insect type thing.
Who is this?
We were discussing, Mr. Freeze was the name I couldn't remember that we talked about. He's chaotic evil before Batman animated series 1992, when they introduced the Nora Freeze story arc, and they give him, they make him a human.
Humanity.
Before that, he's just a crazy guy with a ray gun.
That is basically I think that's that Nora Freeze story arc is the one they emulated in the show Gotham.
I hope so. Because Nora does not exist before 1992. Harley Quinn does not exist before 1992.
No, you know what's a shame is before we got Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dr. Freeze, the first name announced for it was Patrick Stewart.
Really? I heard it was Bruce Willis. Both of those choices are excellent.
Yep.
Yes.
Arnold, the Hollywood and Schumacher one in 1990. Chill. All right, everyone. Chill. They gave him 1966 Batman, which... So...
I think Patrick Stewart would have done very well, because if you bring Patrick Stewart in before he becomes Freeze, and you get the opportunity to introduce him as, hey, this is the doctor. He's a very intelligent man. He can play that very well, and he can show you the emotion, and he can go through all of that. But then you can see him make that change and still keep that elegance.
We saw him do it in the Next Generation when he became Locutus of Borg.
Yeah.
You could see him carry that eloquence forward, but be dark. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Shakespearean trained actors, it's hard to say they can't do it. You play every kind of human when you do Shakespeare, from Dogberry to Henry V. I mean,
allow us me to fillet you upon this battlement and leave you for the massive sea.
As opposed to,
so I want to move into movie villains and some of my favorite movie villains.
Let's do both. Go for it.
The first one I want to bring up is Zorg from The Fifth Element.
Ooh. Emmanuel Zorg. Baptista, 5 other names, Zorg.
Yes, he was a right bastard.
Zorg.
And, that was my first...
You're a monster, Zorg.
Not the first time I saw Gary Oldman in a movie, but the first time I saw Gary Oldman in a movie.
My
first time where it stood out who it was doing it.
Well, because you see Sid and Nancy, and you're like, oh, God, this is a fucking train wreck. And then the first Gary Oldman movie, my real experience would have to be Dracula. And then shortly after that, True Romance, Drexel Spivey. He's like the best early villain in the movie. He and Clarence set off the entire... I mean, yes, Alabama's involved.
Also in The Professional.
I was just going to say The Professional. He played the cop. And
he played the leader of the team. Yeah. So he's very, very well versed at doing those things.
Rosencrantz
and
Gilbert.
What I enjoyed...
Sirius Black.
I was going to say, Sirius Black was a great opportunity for him to go in and show you that he can go from the absolute
psycho,
from the psychotic insanity to this loving, caring individual within the same character arc. Within that same character arc, and not lose. And you don't look at it and you go, "No, that's impossible." Or you can say, "I only believe this part, not that part."
You still have a Sirius Black poster, and Rob, what were you saying?
A wanted poster.
Oh, you want?
I was just saying, I love the fact that you never felt he was not able to play either side of that character. You never felt like, oh, that was a stretch. He never should have tried to be the nice guy, or he never should have tried to be the bad guy. He flowed from one to the other, and you never lost sight of who the character was.
Mm.
In fact, one of the things that takes me on a tangent, but one of the things that has popped up on YouTube, a lot of the Harry Potter groups, there's one that popped up and I haven't watched it yet. What would have happened if Sirius had survived and helped carry Harry further? So stuff like that, you stop and think. And then the first thing that flashes into my head is how he played the character in the film. You're thinking, oh yeah, I could just see him carrying that over. I will always see Gary Oldman as Sirius Black. Sirius Black will never be in my mind without that image.
Okay, I need to change my stance. I first saw Gary Oldman in Henry and June, 1990. And then after that, JFK, I always forget that he plays Lee Harvey Oswald in the JFK movie where, it's the Kevin Costner movie. Also, he played Rosencrantz in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead when they wrote the sequel to Romeo is Bleeding, True Romance. He plays Drexel Spivey. In the Guns N' Roses remake song of Since I Don't Have You, he plays the devil that's fucking with the band when they're on a couple of the scenes and they're all laughing at him and trying to get away from him. Immortal Beloved, he played Ludwig van Beethoven, and there's a couple Beethoven movies, but they're all older. They're made in like the 70s and earlier, and Immortal Beloved gives you the full, because it's like Beethoven in his movie. You do know that Napoleon was, there's a whole bunch of wars going on while Beethoven's alive, besides the one at his house. The Scarlet Letter, The Fifth Element, Air Force One, Lost in Space. I know. He was even on Friends.
But as a villain, as Zorg, where do you place him? I mean,
lawful evil.
You think so? Because he was willing to kill whoever it took to get his ends.
I'm leaning more towards chaotic evil because he didn't care. He was the personification of a pure narcissist. Don't give a shit, want what I want, and there's only one thing that I fear, and that's this unknown.
And how many henchmen did he blow up with exploding cell phones?
And the rocket gun, and he allowed them to
destroy themselves with it. Yes.
Okay, a lawful good person would never allow a chimpanzee to get a hold of a loaded 9mm. A true neutral person would put the gun down, and then if the monkey got near, he would distract the monkey, but he would never put the gun in the monkey's hand. A lawful evil person would put the gun down and walk away, and giggle when the shot rang out and the monkey hit the ground. The lawful neutral person might hire people to hand the monkey the gun. So I'm torn with Zorg.
The lawful neutral person will hand the monkey the gun because somebody in authority told him to do that.
That's a good point. I think young Zorg was totally neutral evil or chaotic evil. But as Zorg evolves, because you guys are right, he's still willing to put himself in harm's way to achieve his goal, and he has the narcissistic obsessive drive where Zorg is high on the scale of evil, but what was interesting about the scale of evil is where, like, Jim Jones and Charles Manson score, where the cult leaders are not nearly as high as the cult thugs, the ones doing the
enforcers.
Yeah, the heavies, as you
but
said
see,
earlier.
Zorg was afraid of one thing and one thing only, and that was the unnamed, unknown
Mr. Shadow,
dark voice.
Am I
exactly.
disturbing
evil.
you?
It was evil.
No. I love
it. Was the giant black ball in space. That was what scared the shit out of me.
I always just referred to it as the evil.
Yeah.
I want the stones. Where are you? You're a monster.
I am disappointed.
Cold, dyed-in-the-wool killer would ask what the button on the bottom of the gun is for.
If that little red button is for. That's why you never let Stimpy go when you're picking up new weapons.
Yeah, that's accurate. The Mangalores are all like basically evil, shape-shifting Jar Jar Binks. they're cartoony. They're fun.
Yeah, they're neutral moron. That's what they are. That's a whole new classification.
Neutral moron.
They're neutral moron. Hey, but Rob, you can add that in to one of your games. Okay, you guys have come across a group of, we're going to say they look like orcs, but they smell more like goblins, and they're what we call neutral moron.
Oh, okay. I cast no alignment. They're neutral moron. Excuse me? They're neutral morons. I'm sorry, what? That's not... Okay, LM, that's a first.
How do we distract them? Throw in the silver spoon. Yeah. What? Trust me.
Yeah. Just cast light on a rock and throw it down the hallway. They're fine. That is too funny.
Yeah, that ranks right up there with the vegan mind flayer.
Oh, I forgot. If you guys ever seen Planet 51, it's a real fun kids CGI. I think The Rock is the main character, but Gary Oldman is the main bad guy. He's the tyrant. He's the military leader of the planet, and he's keeping... Space is only 500 yards off the planet. That's everything else is just nothing. And then all of a sudden, I think it's The Rock. I've seen it twice. Yeah, it's The Rock. And then Sean William Scott is the alien that he encounters. John Cleese is the crazy alien professor that lives on the planet. He's nuts. Justin Long is the friend of the main character, and then Jessica Biel is the love interest. It was cute. But Gary Oldman is like just...
What was the name of the movie?
Planet 51.
I'll have to find that.
Yeah.
Sounds like my kind of movie.
Dwayne Johnson's at the point where, in the future, where everything's automated. His whole purpose is to be filmed walking out and putting a flag on a planet and going, and then that's it. That's the whole purpose of his life, and he's just profoundly depressed. And he gets marooned on the planet, and they're all terrified of him. They have, for pets, they have four-legged little tiny xenophobes that act like chihuahuas. The xenomorphs, sorry. The alien aliens. Then they pee on things and melt it. Yeah, it's goofy.
That's just wrong.
All of your dumb aliens, or your space jokes are in this because it's for children. It's for like 7-year-olds. It's funny.
So in other words, it was written for this group.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
written for the Master Geeks Lodge.
It's looking for us to go.
One of my mottos in life is, youth is fleeting, immaturity lasts a lifetime.
Oh yeah, I'm a Zen master of immaturity.
It is on Tubi.
Right on. Yeah, when you have a minute, it's stupid funny. I've already warned you. Like we were doing mock calls at work today, and said, "Oh, I need an email address." "Oh, no problem. It's ouch@doesthislookinfectedtoyou.com." And I started laughing, and no one else did. And I'm like, "Oh, wrong room." I thought it was hilarious.
You talk about that. Do you guys remember the Dennis Leary routine, www.whatthefuck.com?
Yeah.
And there was a guy that actually bought that host name.
That's funny.
He bought the domain name. And he set up an email server on it. And I think I still have an active email account at that email. So, yeah, that one works very well. Not for mixed company, not for corporate use, but
we're just we're gonna use, don't send us email. We'll have to make a TSC.
You can do anything at Zombocom.
So Ezorg, do we want to do Ezorg young and Ezorg old, or do you guys want him to just be one alignment his whole life, whether he's neutral evil, chaotic evil, lawful evil, or chaotic neutral?
I don't know. What do you think?
He's a hard character to nail down because he's kind of both. He's a mix of like his Drexel Spivey character, where he's just totally chaotic and you don't know what he's going to do next. Shoot a whole room full of guys with a shotgun. But he's also like the professional guy, where that guy hid his psychosis for a long time to end up as a federal agent that's running drugs and has all these other horrible things going on. Everyone! So I'm sticking to Zorg in the early years is neutral evil and lawful, or chaotic evil. And then as time goes on and he becomes older and the Shadow becomes Mr. Shadow is more of an influence in his life.
He becomes lawful evil?
Or neutral evil. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
But because you're right, he's psychotic and he's driven and he's not, but he's like a sociopath. He goes into, it's like.
I still say that's chaotic because he's acting out of fear, not out of loyalty or obligation or hierarchy.
The only part that would give it the lawful, he didn't kill the priest when the priest saved his life, when he was choking.
That's what I was.
That's a very narrow point, but that does. He didn't kill the priest, so a true chaotic evil would have
never saw him kill indiscriminately. Not until he blew up the whole damn ship.
Yeah,
but everybody got away. But everybody he killed was pretty much scum.
Else. Huh?
Well, I would say he killed a
Mangalore. Mass murderer. I mean, he had no problem murdering somebody when they became a problem or an inconvenience.
Wait, hold on. If we're talking about the ship battle at the end of the movie, let's DM this even further. He's on a scale of Bruce Willis and the Want and Slaughter, but we don't count the Mangalores because they are evil creatures, but Bruce Willis is still killing. That's still an evil act. If they were babies and he was in an orphanage, it'd be a different story.
On Dr. Stone's scale, yeah. Killing in self-defense is a 1. Anything above that, is a level of evil, so...
How many 1s equals Zorg? Well, quite a few, so we're going to say that Zorg is a lot...
Yeah, so he's definitely on the scale.
The fact that he serves the shadow out of fear and not out of loyalty and love, you're right, puts him in a chaotic evil. But most of the 9 hells and Dungeons and Dragons is built on lawful evil and serving.
Well, that's because they know that, demons work on contracts. You fulfill your contract, it might be, spend 9,900 years as a lemur, and then maybe you can become a spine devil, maybe. But you got to serve out your 10,000 years.
It's to be used as toilet paper and all kinds of other horrible things.
But yeah, so with the demons, it's basically, all right, you've eaten enough of your buddies, you get promoted.
You've eaten enough of your buddies, you can go now. All right, Zorg, chaotic evil.
Lex Luthor.
Well, hold on, Kris. Yes, no.
Yes.
Okay, Lex Luthor. Yes. Sexy Lex Luthor.
Let's go with the classic Gene Hackman Lex Luthor. If we're gonna do cinematic, because
can't we do Clancy Brown?
the Jesse Eisenberg. Did Clancy Brown do Lex Luthor?
Oh yeah, in the animated JLA series.
The animated
Superman. Yeah. I'll go on record. The 2 best Lex Luthors are Clancy Brown and Michael Rosenberg from Smallville. They are the best Lex. It's Rosenberg? Rosenbaum?
I don't know. Have you seen the new Superman movie?
Not yet. But
Nicholas Hoult, who is a great actor, by the way, nails Lex Luthor and his, absolute. What is the one driving thing about Lex Luthor? The one thing that, because of this, he would cross the line into evil.
The alien.
His obsession with the fact that Superman is Superman and he can never be Superman. And so he hates Superman with all the hate that the world can hate.
Yeah.
He hates Superman. It's his driving force. And in the new Superman movie, the whole plot of the movie is driven on Lex Luthor's hate.
I love Christopher Reeve, and the cast is great, but the very first Superman, well, it's not. The very first Superman is in the 30s, but the Christopher Reeve Superman, the first one, it's Star Trek 1.
Well, that movie was also aimed way harder at kids than the later movie.
And that's okay. But it gets fantastic praise due to nostalgia. But through the microscope of time, that movie is going to be beaten up and raked over the coals. Because if you go back and
aged well.
If you go back and look at it as an adult, you're like, oh God. So the problem is that they're playing characters of themselves. Christopher Reeves is the most Superman. He's more like George Reeves than he is actually like Clark Kent. And there's nothing wrong with that. Margot Kidder isn't really Lois Lane. Dana Delaney in the JLA animated series, I'm pretty sure she's Lois, if I remember correctly. Batman Superman animated series. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I'm pretty sure it's Dana Delaney. I just want to be sure because I'm saying everybody's name wrong, like Michael. Dana Delaney is more of the Lois Lane character. She's tough and smart and witty, but not over the top. She's not a bitch. She's not a whiny asshole. She's a daddy was a black belt, I can take care of myself kind of girl, where she's not going to lecture. She doesn't go on and on. Now, when she gets around Lex, she's going to lecture, but that's only because they have that weird dynamic. And I don't know if you've ever read Superman Red Sun. I haven't read it, but I watched a thing where they read it on YouTube page for page. And in an alternate universe where Superman lands in the Soviet Union instead of the USA, Lois and Lex end up together. They get married.
Yep.
They're like a dynamite power couple. But they hate each other when Superman...
Surprised me.
No more surprising than Dr. Octopus being a woman, to go full circle. But Gene Hackman isn't really Lex Luthor. It's just Gene Hackman playing Lex Luthor.
And Kevin Spacey played Gene Hackman playing Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I love Parker Posey, and up until a lot of things were revealed, I had a lot of respect for Kevin Spacey as an actor. You can like the art, not the artist, but because I mean, fucking most of my favorite movies, he's in them.
He was Gene Hackman.
Yeah, he didn't play Lex Luthor. He played Gene Hackman playing Lex Luthor. Just like what's his name who just played the Joker in the Joker, not Joaquin Phoenix. I would never. We've been watching him since the movie Parenthood. Hi, Gary. But the other idiot, Jared Leto, he didn't play the Joker. He played Jim Carrey playing the Joker.
Yeah.
I want to see Jim Carrey playing the Joker, not a cheap imitation of Jim Carrey playing the Joker.
I didn't have a problem with that Joker. I didn't think it was particularly inspiring. I thought the guy that they couldn't call him the Joker because of copyright issues and property rights, but the guy that played the Joker character in Gotham, Dominic Monaghan. Phenomenal. He played two characters, Jeremiah and I want to say Jacob. I forget the other one.
Hold on.
But they were both allegories for different aspects of the Joker. But they could never call him the Joker because, at the time that was a piece of intellectual property. It's just like they couldn't use Batman. They could use all the other villains, but they couldn't use Batman and they couldn't use Joker.
What did they call him in the...
Jeremiah and then whatever his last name is. They just called him by name. He didn't have a villain name, but Oswald Cobblepot was absolutely the Penguin. They glossed him the Penguin before he actually became the Penguin when he was just a page boy that was stooging for the mob boss.
They did a really good job on his backstory and the whole Riddler Penguin.
That's basically what the TV show Gotham was the backstories of how Batman's Rogues Gallery came to be.
You created us. No, you created you.
On that, and that would explain why in like the Batman 1960s TV series, all of the villains were so much older than Batman. They were all
Jeremiah and Jerome Valeska. Cameron Monaghan.
Cameron Monaghan.
Not Dominic. Yes. Dominic's Mary from Lord of the Rings.
Cameron Monaghan. And, if you can get a picture of him as Jeremiah with that Joker smile going, absolutely. He's
Oh. Lex Luthor is?
Oh. Chaotic evil. He's pure hate. What makes him evil is his hate for Superman and his drive to develop technology for the purpose of defeating Superman.
That would make we did. What did we decide?
That's all he does.
Do you agree, Kris?
That's all he does. Yeah.
Rob? Oh, he's gone.
I'm bringing presents when we see each other next weekend.
Is it next weekend? 21st?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still need to finalize what we are going to be.
Oh, right on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
what we were going to be doing and whether or not we are going to take Antonio up on his venue offer.
I say do it. Go. That's a rare opportunity that you want to take advantage of.
I say as well. And I think we might do alternative programming to the regular game for the next couple of weeks or the next couple of sessions because Bill won't be there.
Thanks.
I've got some board games I could bring. Other role-playing games or maybe an alternate scenario we could drop the existing characters into another scenario for a while and then let them come back.
Like
I don't know. I'll come up with something. Usually I'll wait till like a day or two before we're actually doing this and be all panicked and then come up with something brilliant because I'm under pressure.
under pressure. Rob! Wanted him to vote on Lex Luthor. What did we decide for Dr. Doom? Did I write that down anymore?
I think you did.
I don't think I wrote it down. I don't see him on the list. No, I don't have. So what did we decide for Dr. Doom?
I don't know. I'd say
I thought he was chaotic evil. Chaotic neutral.
yes.
Because he doesn't really have loyalty to his people. The only loyalty he has is to defeating,
Himself.
outsmarting Reed Richards. Okay. Say you're smarter than me. Okay, you're smarter than me. No, mean it. Okay, I mean it. No. That's pretty much their plot. I know I've said that a million times. And it works. I love it. I'll read it again and again and again and again. It's a rerun and I love it. I love the Fantastic Four. I want to see more of John, what's his name? Jim from The Office play him and not Pedro Pascal. I mean, fuck off, dude. You're already the Mandalorian.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie yet.
No, me neither.
The new Fantastic Four. I want to.
And
I
liked
enjoyed it.
They in the first one, it was very close to how things were, and the best is the interaction between Johnny and the Thing. But I mean, other than that, it pretty much stuck to how the story goes. Doom is causing shit.
About the previous Fantastic Four movies.
Yes. What was the first one?
I thought they were both relatively mediocre.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
they only tweaked a minor bit of canon in the first one when they put Doctor Doom on the same spaceship with the rest of them and gave him powers with the rest of them.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen. The second one, like I said, they were okay. They weren't great. They weren't bad. They were okay.
I doubt I'll watch them again, but they were okay. I mean, if someone who's like, I want to see them, but I haven't seen them, I'd sit down and watch them with somebody. But
and then there was that other movie that was supposedly a Fantastic Four movie, and I call it the Four People Who, while they are fantastic, are not the Fantastic Four.
Four people who saw the Fantastic Four.
I enjoyed.
I remember that promotion from Spaceballs. From the people who saw Star Wars.
Or the better one was the Hardware Wars. You'll laugh, you'll cry,
Oh,
you'll kiss
I saw that. Cool.
Hardware Wars. What are you saying? I can't understand you. No, don't blow up Planet Basketball. We're a peaceful planet.
Oh, I saw that in school.
So funny.
God.
So stupid funny. Like Godzilla versus Bambi funny.
Speaking of villains, would Godzilla qualify? Now, I guess Kaiju are a whole different thing. That's a whole other stream. We'll go into Kaiju on another stream.
I would say that those are more neutral good, neutral evil, neutral, true neutral. Because they're sentient.
Kind of like Cthulhu, they are above humanity on a scale that we don't matter to them.
We're kind of insignificant. Godzilla, help us! Fuck you guys. You pollute, you pee in my home. Get out of here. Fuck you. And
Olympus has a Godzilla cartoon, then Godzilla helped humanity.
And Godzuki and all that other stuff, yeah.
Yep.
Godzilla Adventures in 1983 or whenever it was. Oh, who's another? I wanted to... Gorilla...
I have that
Gorilla
DVD.
Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd. I love Grodd.
He
made an appearance. In the Flash, he made an appearance.
Chaotic neutral? Neutral evil?
Chaotic evil. Well, he is a megalomaniac. And he's a genius. And
dangerous combination.
One of his plot lines, wasn't it, to basically alter the DNA of all humans and turn them into apes?
Yep.
That's just evil.
All I said was what he wanted to do, and my wife walking by said, "Oh, Gorilla Grodd." She's a nerd too.
There you go. She knows. She's not even in the conversation. She could be if she wanted to be, but she's not even in the conversation. Gorilla Grodd, chaotic evil.
I'll work on that.
That's all.
Yeah, he's
In her own
chaotic
time.
evil.
In her own time.
In her own time.
In her own time.
You know, he's somebody that holds on to a massive, colossal butthurt. Not necessarily, you know, unjustified, but.
Okay.
You two?
Have somebody.
No, wait.
Have somebody.
Chaotic evil, yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
I'll go along.
Okay. I'm making a list because later I'm going to be writing up, hey, the podcast we did last night, what did we talk about? Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. What the fuck did we talk about for 2.5 hours? Okay, Kris, go.
All right. Hans Gruber.
Ooh. Good
lawful
choice.
I would say evil because yes, he hired people that were willing to kill, and he knew these people were willing to kill.
Lawful evil?
But he was definitely lawful. He had a very, very, you know,
methodical.
If it wasn't for a random New York beat cop in the air ducts, his plan would have gone off flawlessly.
Which makes him devious.
Yeah.
But does he have rules? I mean,
yes,
was he really ruled, or would he be neutral evil? Because he had a plan, he set everything out, but there was nothing driving it other than the primary reason, primary endpoint was what was driving his whole plan.
He even said it himself. You're a common thief. No, I'm an extraordinary thief.
It's like, I'm an exceptional thief.
That kind of puts him in a, you know, jewel thief kind of category where they work alone, but he has a crew.
So I think he's more neutral.
The fact that he gives his crew carte blanche to kill anybody that gets in the way makes him evil. Otherwise, if he was just there to rob the building and nobody got hurt, I would put him at somewhere in the neutral range because greedy isn't evil unless you're talking to Tolkien.
Wait a minute. So, if Bruce Willis early on in the movie had killed a different lackey first and not his brother, would things have gone the way they went? Would Gruber, because there's a certain point where he's following his strategy, but as soon as Bruce Willis, like you said, some random weirdo in the air duct, and then his brother is dead.
Was it his brother?
Klaus.
His brother died, but he had already committed the murder of the owner of the company. I can't open the safe. Boom. Next.
Yeah, but he was kind of committed to that going in. Which kind of
he's evil. I would call him neutral evil because he was ready, willing, and able to do whatever he wanted to, whatever they saw, to get to a specific endpoint, which was for his benefit. His crew was secondary on that thought process. So he wasn't operating under anybody else's auspices.
Yeah.
So he's not.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep interrupting you. Please finish your thought. I thought you were done. Sorry.
No, just say that's why I see him more neutral rather than lawful, because he's not under anybody else's orders or authority to get something done. He's doing it for himself. His crew is secondary to his thought process. Those that survive are great. To your point about his brother had a little more position, but again, he was willing to sacrifice anyone and everyone in that structure and ready to destroy the building to escape, kill everybody. I would call him neutral evil because he's willing to kill anybody and everybody and do whatever it took to get to his end point. But it's not chaotic in that he wasn't just going willy-nilly nuts.
Had he been chaotic evil, he would have just killed everybody in the building and taken what he wanted and left.
Yeah.
I might be
Instead
wrong.
of
sorry. Go ahead.
So that's why I think I would classify him neutral at this point based on that instead of lawful.
Neutral evil. I might be confusing Klaus and the third movie with Jeremy Irons, where Jeremy Irons is in fact his brother and comes back for revenge, which would make him.
I mean, Klaus was just,
might have been his chief
henchman.
Yeah,
it was his. I think it was his right hand man, his chief henchman.
But it still pissed him off enough to go kind of sideways from the strategy.
Yep.
So, Gruber, lawful evil. Neutral
I don't
evil.
know. I'd say neutral evil.
Neutral evil.
Oh, okay. Oh, let me change this.
Hans
I
Gruber,
kind of agree. Now,
the greatest New Year's Eve dropping ball ever. Hans Gruber.
so Die Hard 3, he's a Gruber too.
But he was more chaotic. Well,
Die
would
Hard
he
2,
be chaotic?
we're gonna ignore.
The other brother, would he be chaotic evil because he had single-minded, was going to destroy anyone and everyone to get to his end goal,
Simon.
which was to kill Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but he
Would
was
that
setting
be
up
chaotic?
bombs indiscriminately in the city.
Yeah.
So, well, Simon becomes the Simon Says game, which is psychotic in its own right. So that is kind of chaotic evil.
Yeah. Simon is definitely more chaotic.
Detective and the Good Samaritan will go do this. What the fuck? Samuel Jackson was just being a good person. Now he's involved in all this bullshit with this guy with a sandwich sign and a gun. And with Simon, I'm torn between chaotic neutral and chaotic evil.
I'd say that the bombs make it chaotic evil.
Yeah, just the wanton abandon, the reckless abandon.
The reckless abandon.
To just destroy anybody else to get to where I want to be. That I see as just chaotic evil. I'm willing to think about it this way. I'm willing to strap dynamite to this puppy, send the puppy into the children's restroom, and blow everybody up just because I'm hoping that I can get to Bruce Willis over here while that's happening.
Speaking of explosives,
I'm chaotic evil.
Speaking of explosives and wild animals, Walter White, Breaking Bad.
Ooh.
I have not watched the series, but I understand a little bit about Walter White. I'm going to say he started off lawful neutral.
Yeah,
he had to do something, so he used maybe not even lawful because he knew what he was doing was violating the law. And I think he started off neutral with maybe a tinge of chaotic, but you play with the devil and you're going to burn sooner or later. And,
throughout the evolution of the show and his character, though, I would say was lawful only because by virtue of the fact that he was responding to a set of rules and he was responding to control by another as he went along, as he was a Salamanca or whatever the other gentleman.
Salamanca.
So he was responding to the rules. He was operating under that. I would say that he walked the line between neutral and evil. Only because as he got deeper, like you had said, Rob, as he got deeper, it got darker. And he took on that persona. So he's the ultimate nature versus nurture explanation. Yeah. He started out, but he learned a lot of things and carried over.
I would say that Walter White is lawful evil from early on. He basically murders Kristen Ritter's character without he kills Jessica Jones without actually killing her, because Jesse and she do a bunch of heroin and he rolls over and then he allows her to asphyxiate on her own vomit in the one episode, which that's like leaving sharp knives with a toddler in the room unattended.
That is definitely evil.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to, I don't know what your guys' vote is, but I would say Walter is lawful evil. The ends justify the means.
All right, I'll accept that. Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, that's where he ends up. I would say most definitely.
Okay.
Now,
go ahead.
Never mind. I was going to ask a question that might spoiler the show, but
yeah. How much do you want to know?
There might be people. I'll ask off camera.
Once you said
there might be people, there might be people out there that haven't seen it that still want to watch it. So I don't want to
start writing spoilers. Oops. All right, let's go back then. Sandman of the Spider-Man villains?
The classic comic book villain?
He's more of a thug, and then they
I don't even
him.
think he's necessarily evil. He's just hired muscle. He beats people up. So, maybe true neutral, maybe lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral.
Yeah.
He's basically a mercenary for the underworld.
I would say he's neutral, pure neutral, I think, Rob. Yeah. I think he's pure neutral from that standpoint. He has. It's a job. And that's what he does. Somebody comes to him and says, I need you to do this. I'm on it, boss. Gets it done, comes back. There's no feeling one way or the other, for the most part.
The Lizard would be true or chaotic neutral, because he's willing to put himself in harm's way to achieve science and regrowing his arm, even if it changes him into a lizard folk.
And then it's more of a bestial nature that takes over. Not necessarily malevolent.
DC Lobo.
Oh. Chaotic neutral, I would say.
The chaotic neutral? I'm almost thinking lawful neutral, because he has orders. He takes orders. He goes out and does the job, but he's all in for the job.
That makes sense.
Lobo is an extreme chaotic good. No. I would say he's lawful neutral, because even the main man follows the code. He could turn in every bounty dead if he was chaotic neutral or chaotic evil or lawful evil, but he doesn't. He returns most of them alive. But the Justice League hates him. The main man is going to enjoy it. You can leave now. Why?
How do you think Jason Momoa is going to do in the Supergirl movie?
I think he's going to kill it.
He's going to knock it out of the park. That's what he's going to do.
I think Jason Momoa is Lobo in real life.
Yeah, he's kind of... The best is when they were interviewing on television, and he was on this like legitimate talk show, and they're like, "Do you work out a lot?" And he's like, "Nah, not really." And they're like, "How do you stay in shape?" And they bleep him, but he's like, "Well, I like to drink and fuck, or I like to fuck a lot."
He was the MC the day they did Ozzy's final concert. He was the stage MC.
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, he actually, during Pantera's set, went down in the pit with the crowd. There's footage of him down in the pit.
Don't punch his face, but clip him or shove him from the side.
Yeah. Dude's like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, I see.
I love that. Yeah, he's an honor to get knocked over by him in a pit.
If he punches you in your face, you're like, "Thanks, bro." I love that.
Will you sign my broken nose?
Give me a black eye so I have a better story. The best is that picture meme of him, and he's got 3 bodyguards with him. And the quote is that's awesome that you have to fight the little mini Momoas before you can fight the main Momoa.
You have to fight to get to the boss.
Has anybody here seen the Minecraft movie?
No.
Not yet.
Seen that one, no.
Not yet.
No.
He is in that.
Oh,
and
awesome.
It was ridiculously hilarious. It was, it was good, but it was a Minecraft movie, so it was only so good. But Jack Black is Jack Black in every movie. He's just, you love him or you don't, but he is who he is. But Jason Momoa plays this guy who, when he was in his teens, he won like a national video game contest. He was like the national champion. And that was the last great thing he ever did. And so now he works in a dilapidated, electronics store or something like that, memorabilia store. He's a total loser.
Well, it's like, I saw a clip from an interview with Dave Bautista, and Jason Momoa was there. They were on a red carpet somewhere,
Oh,
and they were asking Batista about it. And Momoa's in the background screaming and hollering and just, throwing epithets at Batista.
Being himself.
And Dave looks at the camera and he goes, "Yeah, he's a lot like that annoying little brother, and I wouldn't have it any other way."
Yeah.
And they both go at each other for a second. I thought, that is exactly what I would expect.
You're not surprised at all. You know that one picture where they're talking to Henry Cavill, and they're asking him questions, and he's like crouched, like hunting him like a jungle cat. And Henry has like no idea. He's like, "Yeah, the Superman." Ah! Oh, hey, Jason. But the best ever is a while ago at the Oscars, and it said the most funny, wholesome thing ever at the Oscars is Superman laughing at Captain America, or Captain America laughing at Superman for eating cookies. And it's a series of pictures of him looking back, and Henry Cavill's like that, and he's like, "What?" And he's just laughing at him, and then laughing at each other. And they're not even near each other. They're like 2 rows away. It's not just a rigged back patting celebration. It's also fun. Anyway, yes.
Yep.
The Wizard of Oz. Oh, Lobo. We didn't finish Lobo. What the hell is he?
No, we didn't.
Whoops.
I say lawful neutral.
Kris?
Lawful neutral.
Yeah.
Kris?
I agree.
Okay,
Neutral.
thank you. We're on to others. We only got so much time. Oh, we got plenty of time. We got 40 some minutes. The Wizard. The Wizard's not in. Because he sends people off to die against superior foes. I would say that the Wizard of Oz is lawful neutral. He's very, cut off.
He's living a lie.
So he's maintaining a lie, but
I would say he lives in the neutral, pure neutral, but he leans towards lawful neutral because he does have some rules, some standards. But for the most part, like you guys have said, he's living and maintaining that lie, and he's trudging through and not as caught up in everything else that's going on. Yeah, do me a favor, go kill the wicked witch.
I need a broom.
Yeah,
it's gonna look great on my
I need
wall.
somebody needs to sweep this goddamn golden highway, and she's got the only broom that's worth a shit. So go get it, would you?
It's also a blower and a weed whacker. It's wonderful.
That's right.
Lawn blow.
All in one.
I agree with lawful neutral.
Yeah, I think he's living neutral, leaning towards lawful neutral. So,
all right, let's go off on a different tangent.
Oh, okay. You guys
Norman
seem to agree.
Bates.
Oh, hey, play something.
Ooh.
Okay, next one.
Norman Bates.
Ooh.
Oh.
Norman
I'm
Bates,
leaning lawful evil.
Yeah. Definitely. Like to play the games.
Lawful evil, yeah. Kris?
Definitely into his own psychosis big time. Mother wouldn't approve.
Mother wouldn't approve, something like that. He's another Dean-inspired lunatic.
Yep.
Zodiac.
Now, what about Leatherface?
Ooh, Leatherface next. Zodiac first.
Ooh.
Oh,
They
Zodiac.
never caught Zodiac, and there was a time when people were convinced Ted Kaczynski was Zodiac, that serial killers evolved to, pipe bombs and killing group people. And we're taking the scale of evil that I forced you to watch last night, and we're applying. We're also applying alignment to. I've been keeping a list this time on Twitch of superheroes and movie villains that will just jump on Discord. You don't have to read over my back. What are you doing? Zodiac plans. So
lawful evil.
Lawful evil?
I would say lawful evil because he was very meticulous, followed rules, set rules, but
Again, he was
absolutely
playing a
zero content.
game.
Yeah, evil, pure evil, out there to just. This is where I'm going. I intend to commit this crime for the purpose of, for our understanding, for the purpose of committing a crime. But I have a set of rules, and I'm going to follow them to do this. I say lawful evil.
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Rob or Jingo?
Yes.
Lawful evil.
Lawful evil, absolutely.
Zodiac. No one is safe in the area.
What does it mean this time?
Leatherface. It wasn't me this time.
Ooh.
Leatherface.
Leatherface is evil, but is he pure evil? Because he follows rules given to him by the family. Would he be lawful evil as well?
I don't know that. I don't know that would necessarily be lawful. He follows. I think Leatherface would be lower on the order. You know, a lot like Ed Gein again, in that he's a psychotic. You know,
he's out of his fucking
he's
mind.
Delusional. He's absolutely delusional.
The only reason I can't see him chaotic evil is because he didn't turn on the family. You know what I mean? And that chaotic evil, I would think he's the most powerful of the family. He would have turned on.
If they threatened him, he would turn on them.
He has a
if he was chaotic evil.
I mean, if you watch all the original movies, he has a weird position in the family, if you think about it. To an outsider, he is this terrifying, powerful force that just makes horrible noises and never talks to you. But in the family, he kind of vacillates back and forth between whipping bitch and Mr. Fetchit, but also kind of the Punisher from The Old Man.
He's the redheaded stepchild. I mean, you know, he's, like you said, go do this, get this done, take care of these things. We're going to beat you until you do what we want you to do.
You think he is the way he is because of the abuse he suffered at the hands of malevolent people, and he takes it out on his victims, because I think he responds to his family out of fear as much as loyalty,
which would make him chaotic.
I would put him at chaotic.
Okay. And so, the fear is the only thing that keeps him in line, as opposed to lawful, which is being.
Honestly, he really shouldn't fear any of his family, but you know, he's a serial killer, so he's not rational.
Can you hear it?
Well, yes, it's the tail of the elephant. You know, the elephant is chained up for so long, and eventually you can just put a silk rope on the elephant. The elephant will not move.
On Discord. Thanks for following on Twitch, though. That's awesome. Thanks for following, everyone, on all four. We got 4 on Twitch. Holy crap. 2, 4, 3. Ah, damn it, I lost one. If we get 5,
now we need to play this. We need to play the Psycho Stick song. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4.
Whoops.
Would this, like, the scale that we're doing, is it only for individuals, or can we do a group of people together?
I haven't really thought about applying it to a group.
If you apply it to a group, you go through what Dr. Stone was talking about, where you the mob mentality is different than the individual mentality, because the mob,
and the scale really doesn't apply.
It not to a group, only to the individual. And
so I was thinking,
because it's Jim Jones. Oh, go ahead.
You can apply an alignment to a group.
Okay. Captain Spaulding, Baby, and this.
Okay.
Neutral evil.
Neutral evil for all 3 of them?
Spaulding is more ego-driven, and he's also not as willing to throw himself into danger, but he has the psychotic. I don't know. I would say Baby is chaotic evil. Otis is probably chaotic evil, but I would say Spaulding would probably be lawful evil. I better write all this down. Did it work? Oh, no.
That's pretty damn good, Bill.
Thank you. I guess. Sorry, Clay. We'll figure it out. Oh, so Captain Spaulding. Thank you, Kris.
You're welcome, sir.
The African explorer. Did someone call me Schnorr?
Because that's an oddball group.
Yeah. There's everything wrong with that thing. What's Mama Firefly?
Oh, Mama Firefly. Ooh. She really only cared about herself.
Pretty much.
You know,
that's, you know, self-preservation only is definitely a chaotic thing.
Yeah. Because she only cared about her books.
Yeah.
And her memories in the scrapbook.
Where Grandpa only cares about sex. But all of his jokes are about sex and all of the, you know. Like Tiny does what he's told. He's on the level of Leatherface. So that makes them all chaotic evil. Because they function.
All right, I'm going to throw us in a different direction real quick because this popped into my head. So this will give all of our viewers and listeners an idea of how far-flung and screwed up my head is. All right. Abby and Martha Brewster. Arsenic and Old Lace.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Brewster sisters.
Yeah,
Lawful evil. I remember this movie.
Abby and Martha.
The sweetest little old ladies you ever met.
Those are the ones
we
filled
did
with the most
the
rage.
play in my junior year drama class.
Yeah.
My freshman year drama class, we did The Bad Seed.
Oh. There's a dichotomy.
There's a difference between the stage play The Bad Seed and the movie from the 50s. In the movie, at the end, the little girl gets struck by lightning and evil is smote. In the play, she gets away with it. She gets away with killing the last person who knows what's going on. And it implies that she goes on to grow up. But Hollywood in the 50s would not have a movie where evil got to win at the end. Wasn't going to happen. No. The movie doesn't get made or doesn't get released if they do that. So
that only exists in comedies in the 50s. You're right. Oh, Brewster's sisters, go. So what's your summation?
I've never seen it, so I can't answer.
It's about a pair of sisters that are like serial killers. They lure people in and poison them with arsenic tea.
They poison old people who have no families and they have no... That's their justification, is the old spinsters and the old people that have no families and they have no life, and they just... So they have been... They lure them in and they poison them, and then the crazy uncle buries them in Panama.
Ask the question on
which
Twitch.
is the basement.
Don't ask me. I'm trying to listen to what Rob's saying too. Yeah, he's there. You know, like Belle Gunness in the late 1800s.
They're the sweetest little old ladies, and they're very kind to everyone, and they're very, you know, oh, and my dear, and oh, we only do it to help those who are in the most need. But yeah, it's... Would they be true evil or would they be neutral nuts?
I'd say lawful evil because of the methodical way they do and methodical way they choose their victims.
But they also kill for pleasure.
That's the evil part.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Because that's what Clay says. But are they?
I think that's basically defining whether or not somebody is evil is their stance on the value of life. You know, if you're not evil, you're going to do at least value life, even if a lawful neutral might make a decision that's going to get a few people killed. to save a lot of people, they'll do it because the decision will save a lot of people.
The needs of the many.
A good person would not implement that plan, but would try to find a way to not lose anybody.
Yeah, and the sisters never have remorse for what they've done until it's brought to them. Oh, no, this is horrible. What have you done? And that's only because the nephew is, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Does that make them chaotic, neutral, lawful, evil, or chaotic?
No, I have to go with true. I have to go with Rob. Lawful evil.
Lawful evil, Kris?
Yeah.
I'm with you guys because I've never seen the movie.
Okay. There is a movie.
I'm trying to find it so that I can watch it.
I want to say it's 1954.
It's
old.
It's a Capra film.
Is it Jimmy Stewart or Cary Grant?
1944.
Huh?
1944. Cary Grant, Raymond Massey.
Yeah. Okay. Seconded.
So yeah,
it's hilarious. Yes.
And it's hilarious. It's one of Bill's favorite 1940s directors, Frank Capra.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, he's definitely fun.
That's why I said it.
Yeah, he's definitely fun. Hey, my hat's off to him because he tried to make his own movie studio in, the heart of Hollywood, and he got some A-list actors out of that. So there you go.
We need to do a watch along.
Of
Dudes and Dragons.
The only problem with Dungeons and Dragons is one of the characters didn't die, and then that actor came back as a totally different character, and then they all just pretended that he was a different guy, but talked to him like they knew who the hell he was, and like he's been there the whole time, because that always happens in almost every campaign. Well, I was playing a ranger, and then I got killed. Steve! I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, Rob! Oh, okay, now I'm this new guy, and it's so stupid and funny.
This is not on there.
The best was
all right. Because another one popped into my head from that time frame. But Sidney Greenstreet and the Maltese Falcon.
Oh, it's been forever since I've seen that, but
because Peter Lorre is the henchman for Sidney Greenstreet. But Sidney Greenstreet is the one driving all of the action
lawful
to try
evil.
And get the piece.
Lawful evils are manipulators, whereas chaotic evils would be more hands-on.
So then, with that in mind, where would you put Sam Spade, Bogart's character? As the would he be lawful neutral?
I would say, yeah.
Okay. So lawful evil versus lawful neutral.
It's a noir dime store detective novel.
Would you, for Peter Lorre's character, would you call him more of a neutral evil, or would you give him a chaotic evil? Because he was kind of prone to going off, except Sidney Greenstreet had a good bit of control over it.
Chaotic neutral. Because he's out for himself.
You think chaotic neutral?
I would concur.
Okay. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am the graybeard beast, so my mind goes way back for things like this.
Joel Cairo is Peter Lorre's name. I'm going to write that down. I wanted to get the name.
Joel Cairo.
Joel Cairo. Help me, Sam. You don't understand what you're doing to me. Yeah, I love Peter Lorre. He's like the best. Help me, Nick. He's always the same character in every fucking movie. I love it. But that's all of he's out for himself. He doesn't give a shit about anybody else. He plays, just deplorable. Joel is deplorable. The character he plays in Casablanca is deplorable. He's this solo act his entire life. He never relies on other people because they're untrustworthy. They're unpredictable. Good people are going to do good things, and evil people are going to get in your way. It's the same thing as Smeagol and Gollum. Go for it. Because Smeagol ain't that good, and Gollum is 100 times worse.
Now, Gollum, I would say, is chaotic evil. Smeagol, neutral evil at best.
Yeah, neutral evil because, well, and we don't know how much of that was the ring talking, because I really think that the ring, Deagle picked up the ring, and the ring, and for the same reason the ring didn't work on Sam, and we can go into that a little bit. But Deagle didn't want. He didn't have desires. He didn't have ambitions. He didn't reach. When anybody touches the ring, they get a vision of the power that it could become. When Sam touched the ring, he imagined tending an infinite garden. The ring immediately knew this is somebody who doesn't want anything I can manipulate. So he never tried to control him because it knew it didn't have anything. It didn't have any leverage on him.
Right. The only one that pissed off the ring more was Tom Bombadil.
Happy, jumpy, jump, dance. And they walk.
Trolloy,
whatever he says. He's nuts. He's an insane
I like that,
alien.
Rob.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I like that, Rob. I like that insight. That's very good.
It's likened to Frodo and Bilbo. Bilbo didn't get. He's content. Being a burglar and going with the dwarves was an adventure. He wasn't after reclaiming
Hobbits don't have ambitions like that. Well, not many of them. There were a few. There was Bullroarer, but they said Smeagol and Deagle weren't actually hobbits. They were hobbit adjacent. They were hobbit kin.
Fair enough.
Or another offshoot of hobbit. He never verified that they were actual hobbits.
Well, how many versions of hobbits are there in the original Dungeons and Dragons? There's stouts, there's tall men, there's harefoots, there's
several species of halflings. They got sued for calling them hobbits and couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, they did.
So they differentiated. But what became subspecies of halflings were the various clans of hobbits.
Right, yeah, because Tolkien had called out many different clans and had given them different traits,
characteristics and traits. Yeah, right. They didn't all look the same, and you could sometimes tell who a hobbit was related to by what he looked like. You've got the proud feet, foot hair that's curly and red or whatever, and you're tall like the brandy bucks or whatever. But all right, so while we're on the Lord of the Rings, Saruman.
Ooh.
Lawful evil.
Yeah, so he was an angel sent by the gods to aid mankind in, basically keeping Sauron down. And he found the Palantir. He found the Palantir, and there were like initially there were a bunch of different Palantir. I think only 4 of them appear in the books. The one at the Tower of Orthanc, the one that Denethor had. Obviously, Sauron had one, and who had the other one?
Didn't they have one in Numenor?
Numenor? Possibly, but they're not going to touch it.
Yeah. And according to Tolkien, because I did some lore on this for an RPG I was running for a while, is that all of them were different. Some of them were more powerful than others, and some of them did things that others didn't do. And there were several of them were lost.
Yep.
Well,
I believe the one in,
sorry.
I was going to say, I believe the one in Numenor was lost when the land sank, and that was how Sauron had gotten to the Numenorians, was through that. That was kind of his in when he showed up. That was one of the ones that went away. But yeah, you've got a little more insight into that than I remember from all of that, Rob.
According to Reddit, which we know is never wrong, I like this whoever this is. I like their name on Reddit. person using a computer. There are 7. They were never meant for Sauron. Originally, they were made by Fëanor, greatest of the elf smiths, Aragorn's distant ancestor. High King Eldil founded the kingdoms of the armor in Gondor. Okay, one stone was kept in the White Tower west of the Shire, for the guardianship of the Grey Havens. The second largest is a stone placed at the watchtower of Amansul, atop a hill as Weathertop. One was kept in, whoa, here we go, A-N-N-U with a on it, and M-I-N-S, Anuminous?
Anuminous.
Sorry,
yes.
Thank you. That's a place. When Atherdane eventually fell to the Witch King armies. King Arvindui attempted to flee with the ship with his stone of Amansul, but the ship sank in the northern ice, and both stones were lost to the ocean. The largest and most powerful one is in Osgiliath, which eventually we know what happened to that one. One stone was kept in the Gondor fortress of Minas Ithil. One stone was kept in the Gondorian fortress of Orthanc. One was kept in the Gondorian fortress of Minas Anor. That's all 7.
Okay.
I could never ingest that much Tolkien. I would leave that up to Gabe and Mike Robinson and Jingo.
Yeah, I can't. I only know because I was writing an adventure in Middle Earth, and it involved one of the Palantir, and so I did some research on the Palantir.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
You need to get Stephen Colbert on to talk about that.
You only need to skim the surface. If you're doing a role-playing game, you don't have to go deep into the lore. You just throw them a few pieces of lore like that, and build a game around it. Build your own lore based on that. But
here's what I've learned about Dungeons and Dragons, and simultaneously been guilty of. No matter how much lore that you create and spin and weave into the story, the players are going to be way more interested in one random comment that you made to try to throw them off. And now you have to create this whole new story based on this lie that you told.
Oh, yes. That's RPGs. You got to think on your feet, because it's going to move you in a direction you don't want. Because the one thing you didn't think of is the one they're going to come up with. I was running a game one night, and they found a secret dumbwaiter. And so the thief crawled into the dumbwaiter and rode it to the top. And I said, when it gets to the top, it stops with a click. They obsessed over the fact that I said it stops with a click, and spent 2 hours wondering what that click meant. Wouldn't get out of the dumbwaiter, wouldn't move the dumbwaiter, because we're having to use the messenger spell back and forth because the rogue was trapped in the dumbwaiter and was afraid that he had triggered a trap that was going to go off if the dumbwaiter moved again or if he got out of it.
That makes perfect
there was none of that.
Sense to me.
I was just describing, mood. It gets to the top and it stops with a click. He said click.
We've set off a trap. And then
there's Claymore in here.
It's that scene of Mystery Men when they first get onto Casanova Frankenstein's, and all of a sudden they hear a hiss, and they start naming off all the shit it could be, but it's just the sprinklers for the lawn, and then they get all wet. It's hydro. It's this kind of gas. We're going to explode. Don't move. Oh, as they start getting hit in the face with water. Go.
Wait, how did you get past my security? The door was open. Son of a bitch.
Oh, Saruman, lawful evil?
Yes.
Yeah. Kris? Yeah, he's not.
I concur.
Okay. Who else did we do? We didn't do anybody else. Denethor would definitely be lawful evil or chaotic evil. Or no, chaotic neutral, because all he cares about is his lineage.
Yeah, and he went crackers staring into the Palantir that was linked to Sauron, too.
Oh, so that didn't help. But, favoring one child over another, you're already a giant asshole,
Grim or Worm?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Grim or Worm? Where would you
Worm
put
Tongue?
Grim?
Yes, the Worm Tongue. He was neutral evil. He was, a power grubbing little bitch.
Yep.
I think I spelled Denethor wrong. Grima. You were once a man of Rohan. So what do we say Grima is?
I'd say neutral evil.
Neutral evil.
Neutral evil.
Yeah, he's an opportunistic sycophant, parasite.
Self-serving little, so-and-so.
Because when they went for the scouring of the Shire, he was the same punky little a-hole.
Yeah, I'm sorry that they didn't portray that in the films. I think they could have done a beautiful job doing it. I understand
I didn't think it was necessary. The film, the main story resolved.
Yeah.
That almost, at the end of The Lord of the Rings, I almost felt like that was, like a little extra. Here's a little, mini novella about what happened with Sam after the events.
Let me tie things up and give you another good feel-good story about the future for the Shire.
So just how far Saruman has fallen.
And I think it was also so Tolkien could show that, if the hobbits hadn't acted to destroy the ring, evil was going to get to the Shire anyway.
That, and Tolkien really was into the horrors of World War I and letting the public know, and he did a fantastic job. And that's what the Uruk-hai represent, their industry and tanks and super automatic weapons and warfare, chemical warfare, biological warfare. An army just designed to destroy and consume. There's no bartering with it. There's no negotiations. Oh. Thulsa Doom.
Ooh.
Because the Thulsa Doom, from what I understand from the Robert Howard stories, is quite different from the James Earl Jones character.
Well, Thulsa Doom only appeared in one story. Conan did not have recurring characters. They were serialized stories, and each one was self-contained, and they weren't necessarily linear in story-wise. One story would come out in the magazine of Conan as a young man, and the next one would be Conan, King of Aquilonia, the old man. There's a lot of different...
Wear the troubled brow,
yes,
of the jeweled crown of Aquilonia.
And I don't think any... some of it has been cobbled together to almost novel length, but really it was a lot like early Heinlein stuff and a lot of the other sci-fi writers, in that they wrote serialized fiction for magazines.
This is the daydream I had. Check it out, guys.
And so, I believe Thulsa Doom appeared in one of the stories. I mean, it's been a long time now. I'm going to have to go back and reread my Howard, just because.
I can't remember who told me this, but somebody had read it, and they said that the James Earl Jones is actually more like another villain of Conan's, and Thulsa Doom was more of like a necromancer type of character.
Yes,
but I don't know
he's
how
more
accurate,
like
it's been...
he's more like a villain. I believe Toth Mekri is the villain that he is more like, as an actual priest of Set. I could be wrong. It's been a few years since I reread because I do go back and reread them on a regular basis. But that and Lovecraft, because I'm just interested.
Yeah. Would you like horror beyond horror? And then another horror! And then another horror! Yeah. Lovecraft is just an evil child adding horrible Christmas on to the list. And then I want this, and I want a monster with tentacles and eyeballs and mouths, and then I went...
Most of his was motivated by the fact that he was an atheist, and his whole thing was, be careful about wanting to meet God. You might find out that God really doesn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Or, what you might think is God is something else actually altogether, and that, man is, there's a Ghost lyric that says the fate of man is equal to that of lice. Living as parasites and moving without eyes.
Yep.
Also do.
And to things like Cthulhu and mankind matters not. And that was the whole gist of Lovecraft's horror, is that, there's insanely horrible shit out there, and if you ever run into it, you're probably not going to survive it.
I'm saying Thulsa Doom is either chaotic neutral or lawful neutral. Lawful evil.
I
agree with you on that.
I'd say lawful evil. He was very methodical in what he did, because Conan wouldn't give him the secret of steel, so what does he do? He sells him into slavery.
Crucify him on the tree of woe. Dun, 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 dun. I listen to the soundtrack all the time. It's on my MP3 player. Sorry.
Having him, raised up on the wheel of pain.
That should be a game show.
Yeah, it's called Torture. Yeah, it was. It was called the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Have you ever watched Japanese game shows?
Takagi's Castle? Yes. I love that.
I'm sure they have something that would qualify.
I can
Japanese
win.
game shows are bizarre.
We will raise money to get me to Japan, and I will enter the contest where those guys sit in a giant cylinder and sweat, and they have to be the first one to fill up the cylinder. I'm the sweatiest guy I ever met, so I am bound to win. I mean, I got this in the bag. I would get full makeup on during the haunt, and then at the end of the night, they're like, "Bill, you look like a dead prostitute from the 1700s."
Thanks.
Dick.
Appreciate that.
And then I would look at the pictures later. Oh, yeah, they're kind of right. Benjamin Franklin had his way with me.
Yeah.
You're killing me. Stop it.
That's what I do. Now and again, I'm funny.
That brings to mind, you remember the commercial they had, one of the beer companies, and they had all the Vikings, and they had the beard growing contest?
Yes.
And all the Vikings are sitting there looking, and they're like, hey!
Or the one beer commercial where all the founding fathers are partying at the... They're all acting like frat boys, but they're the founding fathers, and they're at a party on the green of the White House. No! And they, somebody shows up with the beer, and they all go crazy. Or
I don't even think the White House was built when the founding fathers.
It wasn't finished till after 1800. But the beard growing thing made me think of that episode of Cheers with Kirstie Alley, where all of the men have the beard growing contest, and Cliff Clavin's beard comes in really patchy, and they're constantly giving him shit about it, and Kirstie Alley has been defending him all this time, and then at one point, while she's defending him, she turns and looks at him and screams, "Wolfman!" And he gets all mad at her. But one of the beard growing tests was absorbency, where Carla and Kirsty were pushing their face. They spilled beer all over the kids' bar, and then they're rubbing Norm and Woody into their faces into the bar. Okay, see how much beer their beard's soaked up. The 80s. You're not going to see that ever again.
All right. Speaking of 80s, I'm going to throw one more villain out there to wrap up the show. David Lopan.
Ooh.
Ah.
Was her father holy man? Tell me now! Which David Lopan? Big 9-foot nightmare or a little bitty basket case on wheels? Jack Burton. Me! I love that movie.
I want to say lawful evil because he did have rules and requirements, but boy, he was evil, but boy, he kind of stepped away from the lawful side a few times, didn't he?
Chaotic evil.
What's in it? Huge buzz.
7 demon bag. 7 demon bag. That's great, Wang. Egg. What the hell is in it? I feel kind of funny. Is it getting warmer in here? Chaotic evil. He's only bound by the curse. He puts everybody at danger, even his, favorite henchmen. He has no regard for anybody but power and becoming mortal again so he can take over the world. He's a completely maniacal asshole.
I agree.
Okay, yep.
When you put it that way, yeah.
If he were in D&D, he would be a huge problem in the Abyss. They would flock to him. It would be an Asian nightmare.
Bill, don't give him any ideas.
I think that would be great as a, once we get to level 18, 19.
All right. He's chaotic evil. What about the 3 storms?
Ooh.
Them, I would say, are lawful evil because they are definitely following
order-taking henchmen, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
they follow the rule.
Hold on, though. We'll do lightning, rain, and thunder. Lightning and rain don't really have a lot of speaking parts. You don't really get their character. So they're going to be a lawful neutral kind. But thunder is directly involved with torture and causing pain. He's higher on the scale of evil. The thunder.
So you think the other 2 are just hired muscle? Because all they did was kidnap somebody. Did we see them kill anybody?
When they went up against the Chinese Tongs, they did kill a lot of in the open battle. A lot of those guys, I thought a lot of those, the good Tongs were killed in the battle.
But I think those Tongs were probably trying to kill them at the same time.
Yeah.
So that
was
could
the
be
fight.
Combat casualty and not murder.
Okay.
Even though they're vastly outpower the Tongs.
Even though they're
and they
demigods.
did initiate the aggression, yes.
Well, lightning could have annihilated every person in the brothel. Lopan wasn't around. He just told him to go get the green-eyed girl. He carves a hole in the roof, drops in through the ceiling, bitch slaps Jack Burton because Jack Burton is pretending to be just a normal guy. And even Jack Burton's like, whoa! And then he grabs, the green glow appears and they're gone. But there doesn't seem to be anybody killed. He didn't set the place on fire, which in reality, if lightning hit that building, it would be a fucking Roman candle, and everybody knows it. So
that doesn't go with the script.
That kind of makes him lawful neutral because he has no regard for anybody, but he's not wanting destruction. Like the way they have.
He was very efficient. He showed up. He did what he was supposed to do. He got the job done.
Where Rain is, he gets punched in the face several times and just retaliate. He doesn't go out and kill the rest of the guy's family. Where Thunder is kind of looking out for revenge. He's singled out Burton. He's singled out Wang. He's going to make their lives a fucking nightmare. He's closer to the master. That gives him more of an evil, I would say he's neutral evil or lawful evil, and the other 2 are more
I'm going to go with lawful evil, and the other 2, it would be lawful neutral.
Do you two agree, gentlemen?
I do.
Yeah.
I know you guys want to wrap it up. Boom.
It was a good topic tonight. Even though we strayed all over that topic.
We stayed on the topic. We kind of dropped the scale of evil because each one of these guys we could do that next week.
Yeah, same guys, and now we're going to go put them on the scale of evil based on what they've done.
That's why I listed them all in Twitch on my stream. It'll show up in the recording, and we'll have it for 8 days because I only have 21 subscribers. Yes. So it is.
You
what
know,
it is.
you can download that video to your computer and then upload it to YouTube.
Oh, I could do that. You can do that? Okay, I'll figure it out.
You can do that.
Oh, goddamn technology. Anyway, but yes, we are the Supreme Council of the Master Geeks Lodge. Thank you very much for tuning in for episode 58. You could have watched anybody, but you decided to watch us. We really appreciate that. We are 25 subscribers. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much, fucking A. So, I mean, it means a lot. Also, I have gotten told by the number 2 out there, Jen. Jen's hysterical. And Jen and I go way back from, Morris Dancing and Bedlam Bells, and now she's still part of Fairhaven Morris. And Smashley is in charge of that, and she's going to get in touch with me. But it's like, I saw the whole group once. They danced, they were doing the horn dance, and they did it through the shop. But they don't stop and talk. They're performing. They're walking the people to the end of, the exit. So we didn't have like a discussion, but Jen came a couple times, and she even brought her kids and her husband one time. So it was great to see her family. And she talked about, when she has time, she's going to get a hold of you. We want to be on the show. It's like, we would love to have Fairhaven Morris on the show because everybody has funny Renaissance Festival stories. And hopefully I can get a bunch of other performers, maybe Sean Meath, who plays a Russian Cossack guy out there. Oh, look at this pirate shit! And, we've known everybody for a long time. I've been out there since 1991.
All right, everybody. Like and subscribe. And tune in next week at this same time.
5-ish.
And the same channel.
5-ish on Tuesday. Oh, did you want to plug any? Do you guys have any more plugs?
Not at the moment, no. I've got things cooking, but they're not finalized because I'm a very disorganized person lately.
Body and Soul Candle, Arizona Renaissance Festival. Go check out Pete's YouTube channel, see his cars. He's got lots of parts for sale. And thank you very much for tuning in. And gentlemen, thank you very, very much. This concludes episode 58 of the Council. All right,
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Do you want to stop? Yes.